evening, everybody. Welcome into the Philly Friday Frenzy with Big Al here on the It's a Wrap Sports Network. I am Big Al at Big Al Sports with a Z on X for all you who really want to know what I have to say off screen, if you even care if I have to say on screen. We got a lot to cover tonight. We will be talking, we'll touch on the Phillies as well as you'll be seeing me tonight for the post-game show. I will roll right into that as soon as the Phillies go. The game is over. The Philly games ends. Al will take over the reins and we'll be talking Phillies then. Aaron Nola on the struggle bus again tonight. Not a great start to this Pittsburgh series. They really have great starting pitching. The Phillies offense needs to get a little bit going, but Aaron Nola's struggles continue, and it's going to be no bueno for the Phillies. He needs to figure it out. We're going to touch on that. There's no question about it. It's not like, can we bring somebody else in? We are stuck with his contract. He needs to figure it out now. Like, just there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Figure it out. Just that's all I'm going to say. Kid gloves off. Figure it out. You're paid well enough. You can figure it out. But we're going to talk a lot about the NFL schedule release was this Thursday. We'll touch a little on the Sixers and, of course, Daryl Morey's a goodbye-bye, which I'm not surprised. We'll talk about what more other departures do we think could be coming up. We'll also be talking very heavy laden on the NFL schedule tonight. We're looking at the Eagles schedule, but also going to look at some of the primetime games altogether, the first week of matchups, the international games, Monday Night Football, and the holiday games, which is going to feature heavy the Eagles. Obviously, the NFL wants the Eagles on the holidays. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I'm a little, on the edge about it. And I'll tell you why. We'll get through that all right now. We have some comments already coming in. Star Wars, Nola's terrible. Yeah. Last couple starts especially. It's just been, I kind of, I've kind of come to the conclusion that you're never going to get a consistent Nola ever again. But, when you're trying to get up just to 500 and you're struggling, and the Phillies are getting base runners tonight. Ashcraft is not like just pitching lights out right now. He's pitching well, but he's not pitching lights out. He's hit stubs for the second time tonight, even just now. So they're getting base runners. They need to add to them, and they need to score them. Right now it's 6-1 Phillies after Nola kind of blew up in the, I guess that was the fourth inning there. Or third inning. I'm sorry, blew up in the third inning. But Bruce Harper, my man, my favorite Harper. What's going on, buddy? Al, I feel Nola was good in the WBC, but not for the Phillies yet. It's been last year was his worst year, and that was his contract. We're gonna dive a little bit into the Nola contract as we talk here because it's news right now. You know what I mean? It's news. And the duration is really what's going to hurt us more than just the numbers. Yes, Stubby's got hit by a pitch again. Hey, listen, I don't care how he gets on base. Garrett Stubbs ain't my favorite person in the world, but if he gets on base, now it's up to Turner and the rest of the guys to get it going. So I don't care how he does it. If he has to lean into it, Chase Utley style, then so be it. I hope Mel can be good again, but now I feel he might be bad. Well, Bruce, he is not allowed to be. I want to say that. We'll touch on that a little bit. We're going to touch on Aaron Nola in a little bit. Bruce, you're talking about it. Let's talk about it now. We'll go into the schedule part second. All right. So, yeah, Aaron Nola, he is definitely been – listen, he's got probably more mileage on him than guys his age already. He is no youngster on top of it all. But his head is square up his ass. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Like, that's like just taking the kid gloves off right now, Bruce. His head is square up his ass right now. And it is just unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And he's with us through 2030. We got 4 more years. 4 more years. We're 27, 28, 29, and 2030. So that's not including this year. If this is only going to get worse, that is no bueno. That means this year he's making $24,000. Well, actually, pretty much. He's making He's making $24 million, pretty much $24.5 million a year through the rest of his contract. That's a big chunk of money, and he's not even he's barely a number 4 guy right now. I was hoping maybe he'd be a decent number 2 guy, and just overpaid, but I could swallow that. But he's not even that. He's not barely a number 3 guy. He is a okay number 4 guy because he'll give you a good game. He'll give you a Nola style game. Like he'll give it to you. Ooh, this is gone. Is that gone? Holy crap. I didn't think that was going. That thing just kind of kept leaning towards 2-run jack. Kyle Schwarber. All right, boys, girls, we got a bit of the game. It's 6-3. Lauderdale's still down 3, but it's the top of the 5th. Kyle Schwarber doing Kyle Schwarber things. It's not an easy park to hit in. I've been to PNC Park. It's not a bad park. My first covering the Phillies as a credential reporter was my first away game. So that was cool. Pittsburgh, it sucks itself. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The city of Pittsburgh's not great, but the park's beautiful. Park's beautiful. Schwarbombs in Pittsburgh, right? Trying to hit in the old Allegheny there. I feel right tonight, but I feel we need at least another top pitcher, and Painter isn't doing a good job either yet. Listen, I always tell people, like, I never expect much of Painter. I was hoping to be a solid 5 this year. Anything more would be icing on the cake for Painter. Painter had a decent outing in the last one. They kind of little kid gloved him a little bit. They didn't let him go too far. Let him go out on a kind of a high note. Not great note, but a high note. Like not being down, not getting clobbered. Aaron Nola's been around long enough. Aaron Nola should start being smarter. I'm tired of seeing him on his bench. I'm tired of seeing his head down. He needs to be better. He can be better. He should be better. But, I mean, this is $24 million for another 4 years, not including this year. And by the way, that was Kyle Schwarber's 19th home run of the season. Damn. May 15th, 19th home run. Damn. It's pretty amazing, to be honest with you. It's gonna be I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Pretty amazing on Kyle Schwarber. And he's saving them. The guys are getting on base, and he's doing what he does best. And Ashcraft just let another hit, and he's at 73 hits or 73 pitches. I mean, hopefully they can get a little bit more out of him. Just keep, even if they don't get another run in this inning, just keep getting guys on base, drive up that pitch count, get to their bullpen. That's okay. Their bullpen's good, but not great. Their starting pitching rotation right now is like top in all the major categories. So that's what they need to do. And they keep fighting because this is a big series. We got a big matchup on Sunday. I'm going to be watching Sunday. I mean, my son's graduating. I want to wish my son Kevin congratulations. He's graduating from college, Newman University in Aston, PA here on Sunday. He's done. He's got A's across the board. He's a smart kid. He's a great kid. Very proud of him. So he is graduating on Sunday. So I'll have to watch this on my phone because it is a big matchup. The old guard versus the new guard, Wheeler versus Skeens. It should be an interesting matchup. But back on to where we're going. Al, maybe we can come back and if we win and not give up any more runs today. Listen, that's on the bullpen, man. Can they do that? Can they save it? And can the offense keep digging away? I mean, you just cut the lead in half to 3 runs. You still have 6, 7, 8, 9th inning, so there's time. What steroids is Schwarber taking? I'm surprised he's not getting P tested regularly. Randomly P test, to be honest with you, Dave. Like, Bohm still stinks. Bohm is on an 8-game hitting streak. He's doing okay. Listen, keep him in that 7, 8 spot. I'm okay for right now. We got, with the lineup tonight, with Amundo's in left field. No Garcia in the lineup tonight. I don't know if this is kind of like what they did with Bohm. Here's a guy struggling. Let him sit a couple games. Is that what they're doing with Garcia? Get him going. I don't know. But Aaron Nola, no, I know he's in cleanup today, Star Wars. I'm aware of that. I'm okay with him there. But, I don't like him in that cleanup spot. I don't. But Aaron Nola needs to be better. Short and sweet, be better. He just comes out like he's always pitching from behind. He's pitching nervously. You have to have some confidence. Like, go to Zach Wheeler, just kind of model his attitude a little bit. Like, just tune everything else out. Sosa had a nice catch off of Cruz, yes. He also was able to get that outfield assist a little bit because somebody completely misread that one. But yeah, Aaron Nola he can't happen. You can't have that kind of money spent. $172 million total, $24 million and a half a year from 24 through 30. I mean, this is going to be a long. I mean, it's $1 million. It's $100 million. We still got on the books with him, not including this year. Bohm could be good, but first I feel he has to face his parents who stole his money. Yeah, that's the problem. I said, listen, I'm never a huge Alec Bohm fan, but there's definitely got to be some problems, and that's unfortunately something he has to work through. I mean, no offense, and I'm trying to be like not to sound completely douchey about this comment I'm about to make, Bruce. But Aaron Nola, I'm sorry, Alec Bohm. That's no good. That's no good. Up 7-3. Solo Jack Shugart just gave up to Lowe. Second home run of the game for Shugart. Three RBIs. I know my friend Steve, I was talking to earlier, has him on his fantasy team, so he's quietly cheering him on. But back to what I was saying with Alec Bohm, not to sound insensitive, right? I'm not going to sound insensitive, but I'm going to be insensitive for a moment. All you guys in the chat, anybody listening, raise your hand. If you had your parents steal money from you, a lot of money from you, right? And you allowed it to affect your job, would your job feel bad for you? Would your job allow you to, listen, people have mental issues and they get help and their jobs will help them out there. But if your job's paying you 20, or not him is like 15, 16, 17 million, whatever, you're paying you millions of dollars, you got to learn to shut that shit out. Just check your feelings at the door, deal with mom and dad off field, in between games, in between, whatever. But you need to shut it down. Like, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but his career's on the line. It's not just the millions of dollars, whatever millions of dollars his parents, allegedly stole from him. It's the millions of dollars that he's going to be losing out on because he'd be lucky to get league minimum anywhere else. And that's scary to me because you know what happens? The Phillies do get money off their books next season, but one other problem that the Phillies are staring down the barrel of that's kind of connected to the situation is Aiden Miller. According to ESPN, he is experiencing slow recovery from his low back injury and has paused baseball activities as the front office exercise extreme caution, per ESPN. I mean, they're dealing with Kyle Backus on a 15-day DL, which whatever on that. Zach Pop, strained calf. And Trey Turner was recovering from a sickness, but he's fine now. That was the other thing. But he's not even playing baseball right now. That's no bueno for a young guy like that. No bueno. I really think the Phillies were hoping like Bohm doesn't work out, we can pull him, trade him, get rid of him, DFA him, whatever term they want to use, and bring Aiden Miller up and let him play this season. But he might have to play baseball again. I mean, lingering back problems for a heavy hitter at his age, no bueno. We got to hope for the best for that boy because they put a lot of money, they put a lot of eggs in the Aiden Miller basket when you could have traded him away. But now, listen, nobody's playing on a back problem that Reardon said, so you can't really blame anybody on that. But we said he was untradeable. A lot of people said Aiden Miller was untradeable. I, myself, Matty B, there's guys you're not willing to trade. Got to give guys a chance. You had an opportunity to you could have really added, bolstered this team with players over the last couple of years with Aiden Miller, and now you're kind of SOL. And now the big problem is if Alec Bohm does not do well, and they still think Aiden could come back maybe after another year of rest this whole year, but they're not ready to start him next year. This is how they're interconnected. they might keep him around. Now, maybe they can sign him for a league minimum or a team-friendly deal. That means we're stuck with Alec Boehm further. So there's two things really lingering on that Aiden Miller basket that we put a lot of our eggs into. And, that's a problem. It's a real problem. But right now it's 7-3, Pirates up over the Phillies. They need to do something. You can't be depending on Schwarber every night. He seems to be the case night after night. Well, you can't rely on the long ball every night. You really can't. I mean, listen, 19 home runs. Sooner or later, he's going to cool off and not hit like this. All right. He's going to go through a streak. He's not going to hit like this. And if he doesn't, power to us. That's lucky for our team that, we are now back in the game, sort of. We're one grand slam away from tying the game up. 4 and 3 runs just seems like hugely different. You know what I mean? But these guys need to come back, and now they scored 1. They got to score 2 to 3 runs or more. Yeah, it have to. But again, the Aiden Miller problem means that we might be stuck with Alec Boehm problem. And now you're not just stuck with Alec Boehm. Also, what I was just talking about, you got $24 million a year for 4 more years to deal with a feudal Aaron Nola. And that also becomes a huge problem that we need to really keep our eyes on. Like I said, this team, Pirates are a much better team than they're used to seeing right now. But they are a beatable team, and they're one of the better teams that they've played in a little while. They just won 5 series in a row. They are now 5-5 on series wins so far this season. And there are a few games out of 500. And getting there in the next week would be amazing. Like, just being down 9-19 would be a huge feat for this team. Like, just being honest. Like, give credit where credit's due, no matter how high or low on this team you are. But they gotta now add a few more base runners, get some players across the plate. There's always an issue playing in Pittsburgh. You know that, Al. Yeah, I know. It always seems like a weird thing. It's not like San Fran issues, Dave. But when you're a team that lives by a long ball, it's not the yard you want to live. You want to do that. And right now, I mean, Kyle Schwarber is bucking the trend. They are the top starting rotation in baseball for the least amount of home runs allowed. They're first for least amount of home runs allowed by their starting rotation, and he just bucked the trend. So, but if anything, can that spark this offense? But I hope not to reach for the stars, but just get base runners on. Like, you got Brandon Marsh start off here. He's hitting very well. Like, hopefully he can, get on base. Like, just get on base. Stubby's leaning in the balls, getting on base. Whatever you need to do. Small ball manufacturer. Been saying this the whole time. To get them out of slump, that's what they have to do. And to be a good team moving forward. To me, to be a World Series contending team, what this team could do, play small ball throughout the year and support with manufactured runs. I would rather see that than anybody else hit another home run for the rest of the season, to be completely and utterly honest with you. If they win games the way they can with minimal home runs, I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. Let the pitching pitch, except for Nola. But small ball baseball is really what I want to see, from this team. Like, that's the big thing here. So we're gonna get into it. And Dave, I know you're not your Eagles fan. We all know from your little icon there, but we're gonna be talking Cowboys. We're talking NFL schedule. I actually have a whole bunch of things here ready to go. I really want to break the schedule down. We're going to start with the Eagles' regular season schedule at this moment. And I see that graphics really nice. Somebody really copped off of somebody else's graphic design. I don't know. Matty B. You goofball. No, I'm just kidding. Go right ahead, buddy. Take it away. They are very primetime late in games again. Not as an old man, not my favorite type of thing. We have 2 Sunday night football games, 2 Monday night football appearances, and including the holidays. So and then they have another Thursday game. So they actually have 2 Thursday games this year because Thursday night football comes on Christmas Eve because they have the Christmas Eve game. So there's 2 Thursday games because they got the Thanksgiving game. So let's walk through this. They start the season off at home against the Washington Commanders. Oh, and don't forget they have an international game too. I forgot about that. That's another one we forgot. Will you be wrapping presents come Christmas Eve, Al? Just wondering. No, I don't wrap presents. But it's more the turkey day me and you're going to be talking about, Dave. So they start off the season against the Washington Commanders at home. It's a big matchup. In the sense it's divisional. You don't want to lose. Really, it's a game nobody wants to lose. It's a game where things are new. Like, I think that's what I said. The 2 hardest games to ever predict or bet on are the first and last games of the season. Last game is because you don't know who's going to be playing, because guys could be out, blah, blah, blah. But the first game is everything's still new. We know the first few weeks of the NFL is kind of like spring training because guys don't really get much time under their belt. So you have that opportunity. You have the new offensive Sean Mannion, some new defensive players, some guys have went. So you don't know. So it's an important game. I mean, Eagles and Dallas were close last season. Dallas kind of dropped the ball. They could have won that game, to be completely and utterly honest with you. I was at that game. That was the Spitgate with Dak and Carter. But there's a big one. And then that's a Sunday afternoon, 4:25 game. Okay with that. I think they have like 5 1 o'clock games at this point, unless they flex or the final game of the season. Then they're at Tennessee Titans. Okay, not a bad game to have. But then it's Monday Night Football, 3rd game of the season, September 28th, against Chicago in Chicago. Yeah, that's a tough one right there. I mean, Tennessee Titans, the one plus. It's a home game for them, but they're still not a great team. I'm not really super worried about it. But then they come back on the 4th, a week later for Sunday 1 o'clock game against the Rams. That's going to be a tough game. And then it's Jacksonville and usually the way they line these things up, I might be going to the Christmas Eve game. All right, Adam, good for you, brother. The Jacksonville game is the London game. The one thing I've noticed is that there's they kind of make like mini buys out of these international games from sometimes. Like they make sure like the week before is a Thursday game. So there's like an extra few days for them to rest because of traveling and all that, or the next one's going to be a Thursday game, something like that. But they don't do that. So no rest for the weary. They'll be in London for 9:30 a.m. That's right. Kegs and eggs with the Eagles versus Jacksonville. So that makes things a little tough. International games. 1 o'clock Sunday after that against Carolina. Carolina's a much better team. They've added a lot of pieces defensively. I wait to see if there's any little sophomore slumping with them. I really think, not sophomore slumping, but coming off a big season, can they continue it? That's the question we need to answer. Carolina, same kind of question. Much better season, playoff laden team. Kind of like remind me of like what we felt with the Flyers, right? Team hasn't been able to make the playoffs. Building a young team, all this stuff, and then they were to get a little playoff love and produce, but then they weren't able to hold it up after that. But can they build off of that, or will they kind of fall backwards? And then you got Dallas for a Monday Night Football game. That's right, the second Monday Night Football game in 7 games. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's right, 7 games, 2 Monday Night Football games, a London game. So in 7 games, 3 of them are either international or prime time. And then keep it up, Sunday Night Football after Monday Night Football. They're playing in Washington. That means before the first 8 games of the season, they will see Washington both times. They'll be done with Washington. They will have Dallas on. They will have Dallas on one of them. 2 Monday Night Football games, a Sunday Night Football game, and a London game. I'm not loving the schedule. I'm just being honest. I'm not loving the schedule. I'm not saying they're going to lose or I'm not making excuses. I'm not loving the schedule personally. I thought they would have their bye week after the London game. Well, that'd be to me a little too early, but We'll get to that in a moment because we're coming up to it because um, we're about to talk about it. Yeah, Mr. Lamb dropped 2 key balls in that game, and memory serves me correctly. He catches one of those balls, Dallas gets the win. I believe, yeah. If ifs and buts, candies, nuts, Dave. It's that's the way it goes. I mean, the ball doesn't always bounce in Dallas's way. You know it better than anybody. You are a Dallas fan, but yeah, no, you're absolutely correct. If they catch that ball, it's a different story. But so like we said, week 10 will be the bye, but the day before that, or the week before that, week 9 is against the Giants at home. Before they go into bye week. So bye week's week 10. So for the first 9 games, you got 4 different divisional matchups and 3 primetime matchups. Well, technically 4 if you count the international game. So 2 Monday nights, a Sunday night international game, as well as 4 different divisional games. Then the week 10 going to be coming kind of good time right there in the middle of the season a little bit. Gives you a chance to lick your wounds. And you head out to Pittsburgh, who the Phillies are playing right now, down 7-3, bottom of the 6th. Bolin is pitching right now for those who are following me. And, of course, once that ends, I go crazier with the Titans final. Thursday, and then you got Thursday night Thanksgiving game, November 26th, Thanksgiving. A little personal thing. The last time Dallas Cowboys hosted the Eagles on Thanksgiving was when I got married. I got married that Black Friday. So, and we won, if memory serves me right, Dave. We did. 4:30 game. We'll be ripping into those turkey legs, stuffing ourselves full of stuffing, cramming cranberry sauce down our throats, on our 47th biscuit. And Eagles and Dallas will be spitting that stuff across the room as we cheer and boo and everything else in between. Watching the turducken being served, and hopefully the Eagles chewing on those turkey wings. You know what I'm saying? So there is your third. So now, not only by that time, that means you are done with all your divisional rivals except one more Giants game that's coming at the end of the season. So by week 12, all your divisional games except for the Giants are done. So before you even get to December, there's not only one more divisional game to come, but it doesn't get much easier. So you're at Dallas, then it's Sunday afternoon in Arizona, at Arizona. Not really worried about that as much. I'm not predicting wins. Here you go. Yeah, you got that win. Thanks, Dave. Indy, 1 o'clock game on Sunday the 13th. They have a Saturday night game, 5 o'clock game, December 19th against the defending Super Bowl champions. Bacon, eggs, and sausage during the London game. I guess bangers and mash, or is that more of an Irish thing? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different odd games, but one of them, Saturday night, 5 p.m. primetime game, December 19th, right before the holidays. Couldn't be any worse timing, but against the defending Super Bowl champions, which we'll see if they take a step back or not. I'm not really worried about who we're playing, but yeah, it's a 5 o'clock Saturday night game against Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. Thursday night, December, Christmas Eve. So now you have Saturday night game, then you have a Thursday night game, Christmas Eve, against the Houston Texans in Philly. So now you have Thanksgiving and you have Christmas. So both your holidays are going to be revolving around your Philadelphia Eagles. Okay? So that's another thing to worry about. And plus, I mean, the Sixers are playing, like, if you really care, whatever. And then January, then they don't play again until January 3rd. That's right. So that's like, what is it? 7, 8, 9, 10 games. 10 days later. Yep, 10 days later. Sunday night football. Not even just Sunday afternoon at San Fran. So it's a little bit of a gauntlet there at the end of the season, if you ask me. I mean, from Thanksgiving on, there's no, like, I don't want to say gimmies, but maybe the Arizona game, Indy, depending on how well they play. But Houston, maybe, but it's timing. That's, I mean, after so Thanksgiving you got Dallas, Arizona, whatever, Indy maybe, but then you got Seattle on a Saturday night. Then Thursday night, Christmas Eve, you got Eagles 8:15, which in my eyes is, I guess, not terrible because I'm just thinking personally for myself. By then, you're out of church. I've eaten dinner for the most part by this point. Now I can just sit back and just watch the game. So there's that, and chill out. But it's still like, it's a night. I don't want to deal with the sports and stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on. Brandon Lowe is killing the Phillies, 2 home runs. Yes, yes. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I don't need a reminder on that one. Honestly, Al, 17 games is much more. These players is too much for these players. Just my opinion. Listen, with this kind of, it's so different with football. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to argue, Dave. To be honest with you, I'm not going to argue. And then the last game of the season, to be determined, of course, at New York Giants, because they don't make that until we see if the Giants are doing typical Giants football, which I know. Harbaugh's the coach now. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Relax, Giants. I think you'd be lucky to be 500 team. Just being completely honest. John Harbaugh isn't going to fix Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbrain, because he's just, the way he runs, it's just his brains will be scattered all over the place at one point. That's talk about not healthy for somebody. But depending on how the Giants are, that could be a 1:00 nothing game. But yeah, just it was a strike him out, almost throw him out, but then it led to an error that put the man on third, man. Woo! Learn to talk, Al. So that is the Eagles schedule. But I have more. I'm going to break down some more stuff for you, because like I said, I'm not going to say I don't like doing predictions. But based on what we know about these teams, that's not, like I said, a lot of people said it is an easy schedule, but I don't think so. I mean, teams that I'm not really worried about: Tennessee, Jacksonville. They had a better season last year. Let's see if they can do 2 in a row. Arizona. I don't look past any division, even because they are divisional. I mean, New York did win a game last year, caught us at a good time. Got San Fran. It doesn't make it easy. You got the defending Super Bowl champs. You got 2 games on 2 holidays, and you got 2 Monday night footballs, 2 Sunday night footballs, and Thursday night football, which is, of course, Eagles, Christmas Eve. So, yeah, I'm not. Listen, from a fan standpoint and from a player standpoint, not super thrilled with that schedule. Nope. I got Phillies post game with the Gobbler after this game. Sorry, Al. You're doing the Phillies post game with tell Pat I said hello. So let's get into this. I wanted to kind of break some other stuff down with you. So this is, just so you guys know, this is what we just went through. But the preseason games are at Baltimore, at New England, the 15th and the 22nd. And then the one home game is against Cincinnati Bengals. It's weird not playing the Jets. 2 7:00 games, 8:00 games for those who really care about those games. Looks like Pittsburgh scored again, 8-3. Does not bode well for your Phillies right now. Bottom of the 6th. But just kind of looking at things, 1, 2 ESPN games, and a Prime Video game, which is that Thursday, the Thanksgiving game. It's not the Netflix Christmas game. I mean, it's not technically Christmas game; it's Christmas Eve game, but it's a Thursday night football because Christmas, of course, is on Friday this year. So there's also that for a scheduling standpoint. Do you get season tickets? Do you still go to the home opener? You mean for the Eagles? Through work, I usually go to things. It's a lot harder for me nowadays, to be honest with you, Adam. I've been having to turn down my ticket a lot this season. It's harder being a father, taking time off, it's a whole day, as you know, better than anybody. It's a whole day event. I mean, any game, you got to leave 2-3 hours ahead, and you got to go to the game. and then you got it for 3 hours, and then it's a 2 3 hour jaunt home. So it's like I can watch 3 football games the amount of time it takes me to get there and get back home. And I don't live that far from the stadium, so that's the other thing. Bone playing soccer. That's better than pokeball on the field. This game is not going well. It's going to be it's going to be a angry post game show at this rate. Uh, Harper just missed that one. They got to get this guy out. They can't afford to get another run. I'm already down 5 runs again. Let's go back to what I wanted to talk about. So here's Sunday night football lineup. I want to talk about some of this stuff because Sunday night football is usually a pretty good matchup. They do start the season week 1 with the Cowboys and Giants in New York. Of course, because it's a NFC East rivalry. It's Harbaugh's first game. You know, Giants fans think this is an omen that they're starting off with New York. They must really like us. No, they're getting you before you suck so bad they don't care in New York. I'm just being honest. Like Giants fans are getting really to be as delusional as some Cowboys fans. Sorry, Dave, but it's true. It's 2 hours in the 6th. Yeah, no bueno. But then it's Chiefs Colts week 2. Maybe a good matchup. I mean, the Chiefs. I don't know what's expected with them with Patrick Mahomes injury. You got out of it. Good. All right, there we go. Got out of that without giving up any more runs. Then it's the Lions and Panthers. Lions need a bounce back here. See the I'm sorry, that's Lions. The Rams and the Broncos. I think that's going to be a great matchup. Week 4 brings you Lions and Panthers. Lions need a bounce back. Panthers need to see if they can keep moving forward. Could be a good game if both teams play the potential. Ravens, Falcons. I don't understand the Falcons. Whatever on that one. The Ravens, they got a lucky one. The Cowboys get another Sunday night football game in 6 weeks. There, Dave. 6 weeks. You got 2 Cowboys. They're all away games for them, but they're playing Green Bay. They're in Lambeau. That's no bueno for you guys. I mean, listen. I know you guys have 3 at this point total Sunday night football games, and unless you get a Week 18 one, which would make 4, which would be ridiculous. But Green Bay, it's a good matchup. It's a good game worth watching, just from a football standpoint. KC has another Sunday night football game. They got to go up against the defending champion Seahawks. That's just not bueno for them. Then Week 8 is the Eagles Commanders Sunday night football. Week 9, Tampa and Chicago could be a decent matchup. Week 10 is Steelers Bengals. Not really jumping up and joining it for that one, or rescheduling any not must watch TV. And as far as I say, who's even the Steelers quarterback? The Steelers don't know. The Vikings are playing San Fran on week 11 in Mexico City. Patriots, Chargers, that could be a good matchup. Houston, Steelers, 4 weeks. In 4 weeks' time, they have 2 Sunday night football games. All right. You don't have a good game. I don't have a good game? Or you mean I don't have a good game to call the final? Yeah, at this rate, it doesn't look good, does it, Star Wars? Then it's Buffalo, Green Bay. It's going to be a decent matchup. Division rivals, Lions with another Sunday night football, and the Vikings. They got 5 weeks. They get 2 Sunday night football. I don't know how they pull that off. Some odd matchups for Sunday night football. Just completely honest. Then it's Cowboys and Jags on Sunday night football, week 16, and then of course the Eagles again. Exactly. Not exactly. I'm sorry. Week 17, Eagles at San Fran. Both of them are away games for us, by the way. Both Sunday night football games are away for the Eagles. Yeah. The boys end the season with the Commanders, so it could be fixed depending on the record. Flexed. I'm sorry, flexed. Yeah, I mean, if the Commanders don't have a bounce back year, it could be a really good matchup. It could be a good matchup. But either one of them are not doing well. No, it depends. It depends on if it has any bearing on the standings or anything like that, or playoff ramifications. And of course, week 18, you know, they could be them. It could be. It doesn't. It's TBD, to be determined. Um, so that is your Sunday night football lineup. Let's look at the Monday night football, the NFL Network games, and ESPN has wild card playoffs, divisional playoffs, and the Super Bowl this year. We all seen that lame commercial. But week one, Broncos Chiefs, September 14th. Again, if Patrick Mahomes was healthy, that could be a great matchup. Then week two, Monday Night Football. Giants can. I look. It's all in the beginning of the season. I don't think. I mean, there is one. They got two. They got two Monday Night Football games. Man, they really think with New York getting John Harbaugh, there's going to be something special happening. I think it helps them, but I just don't see them being that great this year. I don't get it. I'm not getting it. But it's Giants Rams. I think the Giants get slaughtered that day. And then of course Eagles Chicago September 28th, week 4. Week 4 brings us Saints and Falcons snooze fest for Monday Night Football there. Week 5 brings us hold on one second, where'd it go? I'm sorry. Week 5 brings us Buffalo and Rams. So Rams got two Monday Night Footballs in the first 5 weeks. Then it's Commander San Fran week 6, and then Eagles Cowboys, as we talked about, in Philly on week 7. Bears and Seahawks on week 8. Bills and Vikings in week 9. And that's 4 Monday Night Football, or 2 Monday Night Football in 4 weeks' time for the Bills. Week 10, Chargers Ravens could be a matchup, important. Bengals, Washington, depending on how well those teams are doing, week 11. Another NFC South matchup, Bucks and Panthers on week 12. And then the Cowboys have week 13 in Seattle against the defending Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks. Week 14 has the Steelers and Jags. Week 15 has the Pats and the Chiefs. That could be interesting. Week 16, Giants and Lions. All right. And then on my birthday, I guess it's on a Monday this year, January 4th, Houston and Green Bay. That is the final Monday Night Football game. They have an NFL Network games on October 4th, which is a Sunday night game or Sunday game. I guess those are the international games. I guess that makes sense. Okay, my bad. I'm like, well, I was wondering what that was. So international games are on the right here with the NFL Network. First one is Colts, Washington, Eagles, Jags, and Houston Jags, Steelers and Saints on week 7, and then week 9 Bengals Falcons. Not all the international games, but that's it. Those ones are the ones the NFL Network is carrying. So that is your Monday Night Football lineup. And this is week 1. So the week 1, you buckle in. You haven't had football it's been all off season since the Super Bowl. You're gearing up not just for Eagles football. Yes, the Jags in London. But you're gearing up for football. Like sit down, enjoy a Sunday full of football. Of course, it's your Super Bowl matchup on Wednesday, September 9th. I'm sorry, Super Bowl rematch, I should say. Pats at Seattle. Then you have Sunday the 13th, 1 o'clock games, 1 p.m. games, whatever. Bears, Carolina, Saints, Lions, Ravens, Colts, Falcons, Steelers. Then your 4:25 games is Arizona. Is that another home run? Did Kyle Schwarber have 2 home runs tonight? 2 2-run jacks? Oh, there's other. Hold on. Hold the phone. Here we go. That's 20 home runs on the season for Kyle Schwarber. May 15th, 20 home runs. That's crazy. How are the people like? How is he not just getting walked anymore? I'm going to take this graphic down. We'll come back to this in a second. For those who are following along with me, the Phillies are currently playing right now. Phillies were down 3-8 to the Pittsburgh. It was 3-6 after Schwarber hit a 2-run jack. Then they let up a couple more runs, which now are going to cost us because right now it is 5-3, 5-8, and they would be one run down if it wasn't for those other two. But it's the top of the seventh, 2 outs. I just hope Harper don't come up swinging for the fences, to be honest with you. And he swung and lined it out to second base. But game still in play. Kyle Schwarber doing it off his mega bat. Yo, Rye, what's going on, buddy? We're breaking down the NFL. I broke down the Eagles schedule. I don't pick wins and losses. I just it is the most. I'm sorry. I'm not going against anybody else I know who does these things, and I'm not saying it's lame and you shouldn't do it. And if you want to sit there and try to predict wins and losses and stuff like that, and even if you got them all right, you're just that damn lucky. Like it's you can't predict that. Hey, what's going on, Rye? Schwarber again, yeah, two runs tonight, two-run jacks. So that's 4 RBIs for Kyle Schwarber, keeping this team literally in the game. The rest of the Phillies need to really step up their game. You know, they pushed 1 run across with a sack fly, but the rest of it and then the pitching is doing okay. But if they just kept this, would be a one run game right now. Boys defense can only go up this year. Last year we were 32nd in the league. Well, no, you could stay the same, Dave. You could stay the same. Listen, you got a good guy in Parker, and I'm not sitting there telling you you're guaranteed to have a good defense. You got some good personnel in that world. Parker, here's the thing: is I'm not sitting there saying the Eagles were right or wrong, but I believe if he was the heir apparent of Vic Fangio, they would have said something like, don't go anywhere. But obviously, I think it's Clint Hurt. So I don't know if Parker can translate in 1 year to a good defensive coordinator after, after having success. But remember, we had a good team. We had a really good defensive personnel. He's working with Vic Fangio. Let's see if it can translate. So you might not be worse, but you may not get better too. So, but I mean, I think you got a good coach in Christian Parker. Just being honest, no, I wasn't thrilled when I heard he went there. All right, back to Monday night, the first week of schedule. So 4:25 game. All right, hold on. I kind of screwed this up earlier, guys. Let me fix this because I got all out of whack with the Kyle Schwarber situation. Phillies home run franchise leaders number. He's 10th now, Kyle. 10th overall franchise Phillies home run leaders. All right, so the season kicks off Wednesday night, September 9th, with the New England Patriots Seahawks rematch in Seattle. Then Thursday, it's the Australian game with San Fran playing LA, which that could be a great game. I mean, it's an important divisional game right there. That is an 8:25, 8:35. I can't really see that. Thursday night game. Then it's Sunday, 1:00 games. Bears, Panthers, Tampa, Bengals, Bucks, Bengals, Saints, Lions, Bills, Houston, Ravens, Colts, Browns, Jags. Not too much moving the needle there, but again, week 1, it is what it is. 4:25 game, Arizona, Chargers, Dolphins, Raiders. Okay. Guess Raiders will be fun for the first week or two. Green Bay, Vikings, there's a divisional matchup. Another divisional matchup, of course, 4:25, Washington Birds. And then Sunday night football, September 13th, Sunday night football, is that Cowboys-Giants game. And then Monday, the September 14th, 8:15, ESPN Monday Night Football, Broncos KC. Um, again, first week. I don't know what it means, but that is your first bite into the week of week one. First bite into the NFL season 2026, week one, right there. How do you guys feel about these matchups? Um, how do you feel about week one so far? We have another thing I want to kind of go through. Pittsburgh 8, Kyle Schwarber 5. Yeah, like really. Outside of no, it was all but Kyle, right? There's just that one run they pushed across. Bottom of the seventh, so they only got two more outs or six more outs, two more innings to hit and keep in Sugar to uh, keep this game in front of them. So let's go. This is the other thing I really wanted to point across because I want your guys' feelings also on the holiday lineups. So we all know football, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is probably my favorite holiday. It's food, it's football, and it's family just relaxing. I mean, my three favorite F's right there: food, football. One of them I can't say a lot, but food, football, and family. The 1 o'clock game, Bears Lions, so that's a nice divisional matchup for the Lions. Eagles Dallas, another divisional matchup. Another one that you're gonna be, I think, is probably one of the highest ratings when it comes to Thanksgiving games in a long time. And KC Bills, 8:20 Sunday or Thursday night football ish, the late game on Thanksgiving. Don't hate them. Don't love having my Eagles part of Thanksgiving. Just puts extra stress on me on a stressful day when I'm supposed to be relaxing. Kind of why I like Thanksgiving football games. There's no stake in the game unless I'm putting some bets down. So let's let's but how do you guys feel like does that add or enhance your Thanksgiving holiday, or does it you know take away from it, or middle of the road, don't care? Christmas schedule. Now, Eagles technically have a Christmas Eve game, which would be Thursday night football. That's why they're not on this list. So are you happy that would you have preferred them to play Christmas Day or Christmas Eve? Which one would you have preferred? Two Netflix games, which is Green Bay, Chicago at 1 o'clock, Buffalo, Denver at 4:30, and then Fox has the late game 8:15. Rams, Seahawks. Rams got a. I mean, I know the Seahawks are defending champion, so that makes sense that they're all over the place. But Rams, I mean, they're the darling team of the league right now. What are your guys' thoughts? Christmas Eve. No, I know that. I know they're on Christmas Eve. That's why I pointed out it's more of a Thursday night football game. Just happens to be on Christmas Eve. But my question is, does this enhance your game, your Christmas Eve Star Wars? Does this, um, you know, take away? Does it enhance? Does it move the needle at all for Star Wars or anybody here? Dave saying eat at 3 on Thanksgiving. Dave, I usually eat before 3, but yeah, 3 o'clock's about right. Listen, I want to sit back. I want to have a plate, my fourth helping. I just went stuffing drilling down my lips while I'm yelling at the TV and screaming the Cowboys suck as I choke on a turkey leg. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the last time they played on Thanksgiving together, I got married. Okay? That's how long ago that was. My son is now 11, so it was 12 years ago. Okay? 11, 10, 11 years ago. Something like that. Whatever. I don't know if I'm doing my math right. Um, but does this enhance or take away having them on the holidays? Even Dave, I know you're not an Eagles fan. You should be used to this. I mean, Dallas has been playing on Thanksgiving for years. Does it take away from your holiday experience? I think it's a fair question. Does it add stress when you don't need stress? Does it add um, does it add enhancement to this? Let me take this game. graphic down and answer a question here. Let's go Eagles. I get it. Let's go Eagles, Star Wars. But my question is, does having the Eagles play on a holiday enhance or take away from your holiday experience? Everybody could be different. Maybe you don't have like young kids or family or whatever it is. Maybe it does enhance. Maybe it doesn't take away. Maybe it means nothing to you. I don't know. Eagles got all away links before 8 yesterday. I don't know what that means. Eagles got all away links before 8 yesterday. You might want to retype that in there, Star Wars. I don't know what you're saying. Not for me, it doesn't, honestly. Is it because you're used to it? Like, all right, Dallas doesn't typically play on Christmas, and you have a young child. Well, youngish anymore. I mean, she ain't young like she used to be, right? But would that take away if you had to watch, go out of your way to worry about watching a Dallas game on Christmas or Christmas Eve when you're doing whatever you're I guess it depends on what your holiday um you know normal holiday routines are, traditions. Like we used to go to my grandparents forever on Christmas Eve and even Christmas Day. Then my parents took over for a while. We'd be going to my parents' house, which is nice. They're not far away, but it's church. um yeah, as a Catholic, I go to church, and then that's pretty early. And then dinner is probably around 7:30. So I can, kind of like you said with Thanksgiving, I'll probably just getting done eating at least the dinner, maybe having dessert. But that's it's a football game, so now it's 2.5, 3 hour long game. Um, on Christmas Eve, now I got to do all the Santa stuff. Um, Even later, which for my family it's a little easier because of age. Um, but I don't know. I probably would have preferred it on Christmas because by the time Christmas afternoon comes, it's kind of like cruise control at that point. You get through the morning into the early afternoon. That's the busy part for Christmas Day. Not as much Christmas Eve as more evening stuff. Linked before 8 p.m. yesterday. Do you mean leaked? You mean all the games were? Yeah. I mean, listen. The you got to give the NFL credit where credit's due. Star Wars. You really do sometimes. They really know how to make a spectacle and keep their name in the conversation. Even in the off season, I mean, after Super Bowl, you have, before even technically free agency, you have legal tampering day, which is an oxymoron on its own. Um, there's that, but then it's free agency. Then things kind of calm down. A little free agent moves here and there. Then it's the draft, and the draft is one of the most watched things. I mean, more than games, more than you know, outside the Super Bowl, just more than most baseball games all season long, hockey games all season long, basketball games all season long. It is a spectacle. And it is fun, though. Don't get me wrong. Whatever they do it right. Then it's like a little quiet. Then it's OTAs, and then you um, preseason workouts and all that stuff start up. Now you're getting jived up. You're getting. Oh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot. We were just talking about it. Then it's the schedule release in May, and yes, they leak everything on Twitter. Some stuff's fake, some stuff's real. But like, yeah, they do these little leaks. Adam Schefter puts things out. It looks like the Eagles got an international game. Oh, looks like this is going to happen. Then you can start kind of building. Like, all right, we know things that are pretty definite at this point. Like, out of the 17 games, we know maybe 7 or 8 of them. Then we kind of just to kind of figure out how things would happen. I know there was a leaked one. I think we have a leaked schedule here. Let me see if I can find it. What was a leaked, thought to be possible schedule? Where to go? Here it is. Of course, this was wrong because they have the Colts, Jags, and Houston all in the first 3 weeks. San Fran, week 4. I'm just trying to even see if they got this right at all, to be honest with you. One second here. Trying to pull up the picture. Sorry, my computer's going a little slow right now. So there it is. So they weren't even right on that. They had Tennessee in week 10. I'm trying to see if they get anything right. No. So far, I'm saying Panthers week 6. I think that's about it. Panthers week 6. Well, of course they got. Well, they put Giants Thursday night football in week 7. That's wrong. Cowboys on week 8 for Sunday night football. Well, they were off by a hair, by a week on that one. Steelers in week 9. That's wrong. They had the bye week not until week 14, so that was wrong. They're the Rams week 11, wrong. Cardinals 12, wrong. Dallas week 13, wrong. Week 14 being the bye, wrong. They have Washington in the season, that's wrong. Seattle in week 17, that is wrong. Kind of wish it was right. And they had that as a Sunday night football game. Saturday night. And then they had the Bears playing us on Christmas Day at 4:30. That was dead wrong. Christmas Eve, not even part of the Christmas lineup. So, yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that, whatever, just makes it fun. And look, it has us talking about it, doesn't it, Dave? Has us all talking about it. I'm sure that thing got shared around. So I'm used to I eat earlier. It's earlier and earlier for me. Yeah, I get that. I mean, Thanksgiving is, like I said, is one thing in my eyes, Dave. Christmas Eve versus Christmas Day. An afternoon, late afternoon, evening game on Christmas Day would be a little bit better than a Christmas Eve evening game in my world. John Clark. John Clark had it right by week 10. Okay, good for John Clark. Good evening, Rob. What is going on, my friend? So, Rob, I know you're a little late to the game. Kind of going to play a little catch up with you right here. We're talking a little bit the Phillies. Aaron Nola on the struggle bus continues. Kyle Schwarber has two run jacks tonight. He's up to 20 home runs on the season. Justin, by May 15th. I mean, come on, man. How about that? And then I actually went through the Eagles schedule, but also not just went through the Eagles schedule, but I went through the Monday Night Football schedule, the Sunday Night Football schedule, the Thanksgiving and Christmas games. Some things I didn't love about it. Personal opinions as a fan. Some of it not liking it as a from a team standpoint, from a competitive standpoint, not loving it. Right now, it's the bottom of the 8th, and Shugart is pitching again. No outs for the Pirates. Phillies just failed in bottom of 9th, so pretty much they have to get through this unscathed, and hopefully they can score 4 runs, or at least 3 runs to tie it up in the top of the 9th, and keep the Pirates, if they don't score more, keep the Pirates from scoring another one. So a lot of ifs, a lot of buts, a lot of high asks on that one, right, Rob? I am not a fan when games get leaked out. I'd rather be surprised. That's just me. Well, listen, that's the problem. Let's talk about the draft for a second. I mean, the draft is leaked out. Minutes, you might be on there might be 2 picks ahead of you. If you watch on Twitter, I break out the Twitter. What's that called? Tweet deck. And they get some of the guys, the leakers that put things out, Albert Breer, things like that. And you know who they're picking before it's announced on TV. That annoys me. When I was content creating, doing the draft, I had it up because I wanted to talk about it as live as possible, have stuff prepared for it. Now I'm just like, I don't even want to look at Twitter while I'm doing it. Just being honest. It does take away from the game, from the excitement. So I get not getting leaked out. The games, listen, I like how they try to make a spectacle out of the schedule release, but like you said, most of it's pretty leaked beforehand. It just becomes firmed up. So that I really don't care about as much because show me the damn schedule. Like I don't know why they make it, but again, they do it. And I mean, the other sports try to mimic the NFL, but fail miserably doing so. Show me one other draft you even know. How many times you're like, oh, MLB draft's going on right now. It's All Star break or NHL draft's going on. Didn't the season just end? Same thing with the NBA. Like, just they listen. The NFL just does it right. Eagles playing on Thanksgiving, Christmas don't bother me. Again, they don't bother me, and I wish I could answer. Again, Rob, I think it's a more of a personal preference in the sense that try how do I put this of your traditions, right? Like in the sense of I like I said, I go Christmas Eve, I go to my parents' house. And by that time I could stay and watch the game, but it's getting late. Kids are getting tired. I still got some stuff to do. I mean, not too much anymore. My kids are older now, so it's not like before. We got to go through the whole magical moments, if you know what I mean. I want to make sure no kids are listening that don't understand. Um, but I don't know. It just adds another thing that I have to worry about doing because I'm gonna watch the game. Yeah, I forget about that sometimes, Rob. And that's sad sometimes. I know it sucks for you and all that. So maybe it adds to you, just gives you something else. So I put that into consideration, Rob. For your sake, I'm happy for it. For your sake, I'm happy for it. Because you know what? We can maybe we're not next to each other, but tweet or message back and forth about the games on a holiday. Just like I said, I like talking to you guys about sports during and after and before and all that stuff. So maybe that's a little something. Hey, are you going to All Star Weekend? I would love to. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can swing the tickets for All Star game. I might try to go to the Futures game because there are a little bit more reasonable tickets. I would like to take my kids to the Home Run Derby. I just don't know what they're going for. I think it's going to be crazy. You know that plays a little bit of a factor. Um, I think it's going to be crazy, like hard to get tickets. Like probably going to sell out in seconds. You know, when is the Phillies Field of Dreams game? Is that this year? That's this year, right? Anytime, Rob. I love you, brother. Don't worry about that. Oh my God. Sorry, this just caught me off guard. The Pirates fans are doing the wave. The wave to me, and what I mean by the wave, for those maybe don't know it, when people go around the stadium from section to section and stand up, oh, and put their arms up and go back down. So it looks like a wave going around the stadium. I know I shouldn't have to explain to anybody, but just want to make sure that people know what I'm talking about. Is one of the most obnoxious things fans can do. It really is. Because it only can work in a professional stadium or maybe a big college or something. But to me, is one of the absolute annoying things fans can do. I hate the wave. Hate, hate, hate. And I'm sorry if people don't agree with me or anything like that. Um, you know, but I can't get by. I think it's lame. It's just, I don't know, one of those things that just Don't sit. I don't know why. I don't know why I can't stand it. Maybe it's cheesy to me, corny. Uh, maybe that's it. All right, Phillies end the eighth without adding another score. 8-5. Sosa starts. I think it's Sosa, Crawford, Turner, or something like that. Sosa, Crawford, Stubbs, maybe. Yeah, I forget what it was. So those three, we got to see if they can get them on base. Get on base. Small ball if they want to try to win this game. I mean, I love the fact that they fought back because they could have really rolled over. I'll give them that credit, but that's about as far as that's going to go. They need to win this game. End of story. I don't care if they're down by 10, 2, 1, up by 10. Foot on the throat. Don't stop. Phillies do a wave for Bryson Stott with the phone. Phillies do the wave for Bryson Stott with the phone. I don't know what that means. All right, I got post game with the Gobbler. I'll catch up with you. Enjoy your weekend. Well, you guys are competing with me for post. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care, Dave. I love you. Take it easy, bud. Tell the Gobbler I said hello. And good luck. Have a good post game. But the wave to me is just corny as all get out. I don't know what Star Wars means by this. Bryson Stott with the phone or with the fans. Do they? I really never noticed them doing the wave. But even if they do, it's still stupid and corny to me. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Sorry, I'm gonna fix my camera here. I feel like I'm a little off. Hold on. A little light peering through there's bothering me. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Little technical difficulties. But yeah, we'll keep ourselves locked into the Phillies. We covered a lot on the post game or what's it called? The Eagles and the NFL big lineups schedule for the not every game, but the holidays and all that stuff. That's all important stuff coming up. Real quick, Flyers, small moves. They re-signed Kalislav, Alexei Kalislav to the a 1 year $850,000 contract extension, and a couple guys are participating in the World Championships for their globally with their prospective countries. That's Porter Marone, Carl Grundenstrom, and Jack Berglund. So, other than that, we know how it ended. Tough series sweep against the Carolina Hurricanes. It's the one time you get swept with positivity going at it, but some injuries, man, quite a few injuries leaning into this season for the Flyers. Owen Tibbetts core muscle injury, internal bleeding. Though he's expected to be ready for the 2026-2027 season. But I mean, I imagine what that is. But yeah, Travis Knight fractured a rib and nasal fracture. Well, we saw how that happened. Emil Andre fractured his wrist and required surgery. Noah Cates fractured his foot, no surgery needed. And then Garner Hathaway with a fibula injury. Cam York with a rib injury. Trevor Zegras with an elbow injury. And Alex Bump with an MCL. So there's quite a handful of injuries the Flyers were dealing with. No competition here, Al. You know that. Now, listen, I'm not worried about it. Not worried about you. I wish the best for you guys. As I do this now for fun. This is no longer a business for me, Dave. And even if it was, I still wish you the best. You know that. The division is the division over for the Phillies, or do you think we can catch the Braves? So you mean winning the division? Well, at this point, with the 3 wild card games, the way things are going, and how close this series is, I mean, they're 30-14 right now. They're tied 2-2 with Boston, the Braves, top of the 7th, in Atlanta. I mean, it'll be hard. It really would be hard. I mean, there's 16 games over 500. We're not even over 500 yet. So, is it possible? Yes. Mathematically, of course, it's possible. Jose. I just don't think they're going to catch up to them. But I'm okay with that. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm okay with the Phillies. I actually would prefer them not to catch the Braves. Let the Braves. I would prefer having the Braves having their break, the Phillies have to play and possibly match up against them in the second round. Um, after a wild card weekend, whatever you want to call it, wild card week series. Um, personally, than them winning the division. Like that's just my personal opinion. Like I think this team needs to be a little humbled. I think this team needs a little I don't know, fight back in the dog that we had in 2022 if they want to have any ounce of chance of winning the World Series. They have to get better. They got to add. They're going to have to add. They need a right-handed bat. You know, I was asked by Matty B a few times. I know he's asked on his shows, what would you prefer to have? A right-handed bat, a third baseman, or another rotational pitcher? Now with Aaron Nola, I mean, that question becomes a little higher. But overall, I would rather have a right-handed batter. Just being completely and utterly honest with you, because we don't have that. Alec Boehm could get better as a third baseman. Aaron Nola could get better as a pitcher. They have the possibilities. They've done it before. We do not have a good right-handed batter. Now Garcia is pinch hitting, looks like for Stubbs in the ninth hole. See how this pays off for him. So I don't like talking about the games as they're happening. I don't want to call the game, but it's 2-0. One out, man on second. Uh, like I said, Garcia did not start the game. He's pinch hitting for Garrett Stubbs. He's a career 263 average with pinch hitting. Um, you know, I just really don't hope he's not swinging for the fences. Just get on base. Get on base. That's all you can do at this point. Because at least if Garrett Stubbs are carrying Marchand can come in and catch, unless you're going to bring JT in. I mean, I don't know, to catch if they tie this game up somehow. But I guess that's a problem you worry about after you tie the game up. You know, if he hits a home run here, still one run. So that's why I'd rather see him get on base. Let's get him on base. Let the big hitters do their job. So it's full count for Garcia. See a little discipline here for him. But yeah, no, honestly, Jose, I would prefer the I would prefer them not to catch up with them. I think a little humble pie will go a long way. All right. Walked Garcia. First and second. That means tying run is out to the plate. Trey Turner, 0 for 4 tonight for those who are keeping count. He had a 1-run scored and a strikeout. So let's see what he can do. So we got Garcia on first, Sosa on second. And that was a fielding by Connor Griffin, or got Amundo on there. So they got to take advantage of this. They got to make them pay for it. Like, let's just be honest for what it's worth. Got to make them pay for it. But first and second. So we got to see what goes on here. Now, do you think the Phillies win 90 games? Now, that's a different story, Rob. That is a different story. And you know what? It's one of those things, come talk to me in mid to late June. Let's see if they can get themselves back on track. You know what I mean? You know, let's see the big boppers do what they can do here. There you go. Base hit, Trey Turner. All right. Does that mean the bases are juiced? Yep, bases are juiced. All right. So here's my thing: is Phillies have an opportunity to do something with it. And you know what? Let me start switching it over here. I'm not going to go live yet, or not going to completely change it over. But you know, we got to get ready for the final anyway, so we might as well do that. So here we go. He's been the hero of the night. He has been keeping this game in hand. or I should say, in after not getting away from the Phillies. Like let's call it for what it's worth. He's been doing his job. So guys, we are totally on the Phillies right now. You can ask other questions. I am not going to stop you. Come ask me this question, Rob, in mid-June. We got to see if how much of a hole they dig themselves out. If they're like 10 games above 500 at that time, I think they could hit 90 wins if they continue that way. So Kyle Schwarber. So what's going to happen? You got the bases juiced, 1 out. I mean, worst thing in this case is a double play, of course. Game's over at that point. They can't put him on base because you got Harper right behind him. I mean, maybe you could and take a 1-run shot and then take it with Harper, but then you're putting yourself in a losing position. So you've had to pitch. Soto has to pitch to Schwarber now. Now they could try to pitch around him, try to throw him junk because if you keep the grand slam out of play. But I don't want him to hit a grand slam. Well placed gapper, be good for me. All right, first pitch. All right, ball 1-0, 1-0, 1 ball, no strikes. Again, I typically don't like doing this, but this is a clutch moment. Can the clutchness of the big boppers do their job? Schwarber has had of a game tonight. He's the player of the game as far as I'm concerned, no matter what happens at this bet. That's 2 balls and almost maybe a freebie on us, that one. This is where the big paychecks have to come in right now. You got to earn that paycheck. You got to earn that big buy. Listen, 20 home runs is great, but when these moments, these opportunities come to you, when your team's down, when Aaron Nola is down and doesn't give this team an opportunity, you're down 6-0, and you come back and tied up. There you go. Woo! Three ball count. 3 ball count right there. They only have one. So also one thing to keep their eye on. I mean, if it's very egregious, they'll probably use it. But they only have one. They only have one. What's it called? There we go. They walked in Schwarber. It is now an 8-6 game. 1 out. Still bases juiced. Here we go. Pirates challenge that? Are you kidding me? I mean, I understand you want to score, but that was a huge gap. Like, come on, man. What is that? I'm sorry. Was that Soto? I'm chewing him out if I'm the manager at this point. That's an egotistical thing right there. That's not deserving. Like, it wasn't even close. Come on, Bryce. We've been talking about Bryce clutchness. There we go. Ball 1. Soto's not one to pitch to anybody. 22 pitches for him already. Still, I mean, like I said, only thing that saves him right now is a double play. Come on, Bryce. This is the clutch moments. This is what we've been talking about for you. Ooh, that was a 2 balls. And that would have probably been a challengeable pitch right there. This is what I'm talking about. If I'm a manager, I'm letting Soto have it because that wasn't anywhere near the plate. And he challenged that because it was an egotistical thing. Now he could have challenged that. This should be a 1-1 count in my eyes. I mean, it might not have been. Oof. That was ball 3 in my eyes. That was ball 3. But at the same time, here we go. We need Bryce to tie this game up. I'm just being honest. I'm not trying to be a jerk to Bohm, but I don't want to see it. Oh, yeah, absolutely, Bruce. Absolutely, Bruce. Oh, whoa. No, wait a minute. Oh, off the top of the wall. Off the top of the wall. I thought it was a grand slam. Kyle, where are you going? Trey's scoring. Kyle, what the hell were you doing there? That was dumb. Come on, man. All right, game's tied up. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you were seeing that. What are they holding up for? Bryce was clutch there. I mean, it was inches away. Maybe they're looking at that was a home run. If that was a grand slam. Was that a grand salami? I don't know. I can't see where it was. Hold on there. Here we go. What are they trying to look at? Did this hit off the top of the fence? Did this actually go out? Ooh, I don't think so. I mean, I'm talking inches. Inches. I hope they can zoom in on that. It's 8-8. But Kyle is trying to stretch that out. He was safe. He was safe, but he came off the bag. Like momentum took him off the bag. What are they doing here? Is there a challenge? Is this a crew chief challenge? Guys, I'm sorry that this is live and we're doing this. I really am. Are they trying to see if that was a home run? Yeah, I think they're trying to see if this was a grand slam. Hold on. Ooh. Ooh, that is so. I'm talking about a baseball's width, dude. That is so close. I think that's not a grand slam. That last view really kind of looked like it was just off the tippy top. I'm talking 2 inches. They were 2 inches off, and that was just dumb on Kyle Schwarber. Now he was trying to get out of the way of the tag, which he did, but his momentum took him off the base at third. But if they come out and they can overturn this, that would be humongous. I mean, Kyle, dumb base running. Sorry, buddy, it was. You should have never did that. But that was close. We got a tie ball game, 8-8, ladies and gentlemen. It's a replay review. I don't know if it's the manager's challenge or the crew chief. Hold on. Oh, so it was a manager's challenge. Okay. So I guess they're challenging if it was a home run or not. So it was confirmed. Schwarber stays out. That was really, I mean, of all the good stuff he did today, getting on base here, the 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, that was kind of a blunder. Now, you know, uh, does Alec Boehm have it in him today? Bryce Harper showed the clutchness right there. Fighting's final starting a little early, guys. Sorry, it is what it is, but I feel Soto is better for the Phillies when he's on the other team. Sure, absolutely, right. I feel Schwarber is the best player, but big mistake. Yeah, no, that was just knucklehead mistake. He was trying to stretch something out. He thought maybe they were going to try to throw it in to maybe try to get Turner out before he got it. I don't know. God, Alec, what are you doing? Jesus Christ. Sorry, guys. This is why I wanted that grand slam would have been huge. Because now they're up 2 runs and it doesn't lay on Boehm's shoulders. It's 1-1 count. Bryce is on second, for those who don't know. And that's the thing is, here's the thing is, if this was the way it was, Bryce would be on first, he'd be on second. If Alec Boehm just got the ball in the outfield, he would have moved to third. Oh my God, he just swung that ball too. Probably ball 3 if he swung at the other one. But let's not get count. Like, this is my problem. Soto's not pitching correct. Stop giving him outs, Boehm. This is what's going to be. Stop it. You're trying to force it in. A walk just does this just as well. Oh, whew. Sorry, guys. I'm getting stressed out over here. Just the last thing I wanted to do is go to extra innings. Well, now, granted, they still have to get through the 9th inning. And I guess either JT or yeah. Come on, Alec. Ugh. This game was a difference in inches. Like, that's going to be, I'll tell you right now, it's the Broad Street bottom line right there. The bottom line, this game was a difference in inches. Okay. Wow. I mean, we're talking a baseball, the width of a baseball difference between a grand slam and hopping off and turning into a double, a double. And Kyle Schwarber's, all his heroics tonight can be simply erased by that blunder at third base. Because again, if If he just stayed on second, him and Harper would have been on first and second. Now, right, Alec Bohm, double play machine. But at least if that happened, Harper would have, what's it called? Alec would have possibly, not Alec, Kyle could have possibly maybe went from second to third in that case. But at least you would have another fighting chance. Hey, we tie it, man. Listen, 8-8's great. Shows a lot of fight in them. A game is 4 games over 500. A game is 2 games under 5. A team is 2 games under 500. Big win tonight if these Phillies can turn it around for themselves. Big win if they can take the W tonight. And we might have some extras. We got to hope for some extras. And I really wanted to keep talking, but to be honest with you, I mean, this is turning into a longer show. Well, the last 2 times I've done this, we've went into extras. If you guys noticed that. I got to stop going a little early because I got to pee. I might have to put on the screen for a second. Boom at second. Yeah, we got Rafi at second. Well, let's see how this plays out because first of all, we got Alvarado coming in here. It's not even Johan Duran. But whatever. I'm okay with that because you're going to need him in the 9th. Let's see who's catching. That's going to be the question. Mattingly is the top manager since we got rid of Topper, and Don Mattingly has been in charge. So far it's been paying dividends. What are they? 12-4 as of right now, depending on how tonight goes. Either going to be 12-5 or 13-4. How you doing, Elephant in the Room? Wow. I thought this was going to be a quick post game, a solemn post game. We got a lot to talk about here. Kyle Schwarber, hero of the game, but also might have had the blunder of the game with that base running blunder, trying to stretch something out. But Alvarado is in. Who is catching right now? Marchand. Okay, Marchand is. All right. Alvarado's out pitching. You know how it is. Alvarado doesn't make it easy on us. We will be back after game watching on my phone. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I'm watching it right here on my iPad right now. I have the volume down, of course. I got the MLB kind of play-by-play here. Garcia remained in right field. Alvarado, of course, replaced Shugart, and Rafael came in and replaced Abamundo in left. Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, Field went. Oh, okay. So I'm sorry. Marsh went to left field. Crawford stayed at center. Garcia's at right. And then, of course, Marchand's in for what's his face? Stubbies, because they pinch hit for him. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe, but it's a sample size that we can't get excited about right now, right? Like, we can see this happening, and it works for 15 games. I don't see them getting back to how bad as they were before Mattingly. So I do have faith in him. If I don't come off that way, listen. I'm protecting myself. All right, strikeout. There we go. Alvarado struck out Cruz. That's huge. Neil Cruz. That's a huge one. Tall, lanky dude, man. That man's got a swing. He makes connection with that. Woof. Alvarado makes me worried, but listen, Alvarado is a very up and down guy. Absolutely. But guys, I might have to take a leak. I might tell you right now, they get out of this and they don't, they have to go to extras. Big Al might have to put the pause on. I'm not going to turn the feed will continue to go, but I might have to take a leak. This was not planned to be this long. But 8-8 for those who are just joining me. 8-8. Yeah, Phillies were down at 1.6-0. Aaron Nola, not a great game at all. Two clunkers in a row for this man. No offense from this team for the most part, up and until except for Schwarber, who was pretty much the player of the game, 5 RBIs tonight. Ooh. Wow, that's a movement almost right in a Lowe's face. And Lowe has been dangerous. He has 2 home runs on the night as well. Got to keep our eye on this one. Um, God, that could have killed Lowe. Schwarber has been definitely the player of the game in my eyes with an OPS of 1.015. God damn. Still, he's batting at 238 because he, struggled in the beginning, but he's got his batting average back up to 238. I mean, home run after home run doesn't hurt. And we were literally inches away from a 10-2 game right now with Johan Duran pitching instead of Alvarado, looking for a win. We were inches away from a grand slammy from Bryce Harper. Did O'Neill not swing at that? Did he swing at that? Like, what's going on? Foul tip. Oh, no. I'm ahead. So this one's ahead. Sorry, guys. This one's ahead. So O'Neill, Brandon Lowe strikes out on a foul tip right here. Bing, bam, boom. Woo! So far, so good, Star Wars. I agree with you. We had Heart Attack Hector. What was the other one? What was the other one? Cardiac Keller, as Matty B dubbed him. I like that one. But Reynolds is up, called strike with a sinker, 98.1 miles per hour. Throwing him some gas. All right. Reynolds is 1 for 4 to the night with a single in the third. Taking a quick mound visit here. I'm gonna be taking a quick pee visit. I'll be honest with you. He gets out of this. I won't cut the feed. You guys just gonna give me like 60 seconds to pee and wash my hands. That's all I ask. I am, I know it's unprofessional. I really do. But I was not planning on this. I kind of timed this out just to be Heart Attack Jose. We have to come up with something for him. Avascular Alvarado now. Auditory contraction Alvarado. I don't know. Sorry, that's not even funny. That's stupid. It's almost as corny as a wave in a Major League Baseball game. I'm sorry. I'm going to come back to that. Hate the wave. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Come on. Foul ball. Keeps it 1-2. Fought that one off. That was a good pitch, too. It was high. It was still in the zone. I could see him. I give him credit for swinging and give him credit for making contact on that. That was the perfect pitch. Kept it alive on that one. That's the big one. That was a little inside. Ground. Damn it. Ground single. Here we go. Single to ground center field. Reynolds is on first. All right. 2 outs still. Ozuna is coming up. There we go. Former Brave. No, not Ozuna. I'm sorry. O'Hearn. Ozuna's next. Sorry. O'Hearn's up. He's at 0 for 3 tonight. 1 walk. Still, he's dangerous up on the plate as much as Ozuna is. Hitting the 4-hole tonight for the Pirates. Your heavy hitters, your damaging guys, your top 3, Cruz, Lowe, and Reynolds. You got through. Ozuna and Horowitz are in. Ozuna's on in the circle there. Swinging this back, getting ready. 0-1. Here we go. 0-2. 2 foul balls. All right, come on. 0-2 count. You're getting a good count, Alvarado. You gotta finish this up. Got to finish this up. Come on. Make O'Hearn 0 for 4 tonight. 0 for 4 tonight. That's what we're calling for, right? Can Alvarado keep the Phillies alive? Make this 8-8 game more interesting. There was an 0-6 game for those who are joining us. The Phillies scored, made it 1-6 game. Nope. Nope. They try to get him out at second. Reynolds got the second, stealing third of the season for him. Yeah, no, like it's honestly, I probably wouldn't have thrown that. I know he's the winning run, and a well placed singles. They lose the game. Focus on here. Ball in the dirt here. All right, way to stay in front of it, Marshawn. Come on, Jose. 2-2 count. You know, you had 2-0-2 counts to begin with. You let Reynolds get on. Come on. You can't give Ozuna a chance. He's seen the Phillies enough. He's seen you enough. If anybody who has more experience on this team against the Phillies, it's them. And without a strikeout, yep. There we go. And the ninth, ladies and gentlemen, we got some extra innings going on. I'll be right back. I gotta pee. Like, I'll be honest with you, man's gotta pee. Woo! Sorry, guys. I am back. Don't tell Matty B I did that. He might dock my pay. But I'm a diabetic, man. I gotta pee sometimes. And sometimes when nature calls, I gotta go knock it. Yeah, I'm 43 years old now. Like, I can't be holding that stuff in. I gotta make sure the old schwanz is doing its job. You know what I mean? I don't want the wifey to get upset with me. All right, guys. 8-8 extra innings. Alec Boehm starts on the second with the ghost runner. Still not used to that. Decent pitcher up here, Dennis Santana, coming in for the Pirates. Oh, listen, I like the only thing that's good for Boehm right now. One of the hottest hitters on the Phillies right now, Brandon Marsh, coming up. I mean, people wanted to drive Marsh to the airport, not this guy. Now tonight, it's vote for 4 tonight. Not one of his better nights. All right, there. 1-2. Ball, foul. 1-1. I'm sorry, foul ball. 1-1. I mean, well placed site. Well placed. They got to score here. This is my point: is you can't let this go here. You can't let your offense go down. I mean, you got Marsh, Stott. Now Sosa's out because he was pitch hit for, and he was Marchand came in for him. Oh, off the top wall. There we go. We going to score? Alec Boehm on his horse. There we go. Woo! Marshy with an RBI double. 8th double of the season. Right field, right over Brian Reynolds' head, off the scoreboard. 9-8. Phillies have taken the lead. No outs. No outs. You got a guy. You still have a guy on second base. You can tack on here. That was huge. Absolutely huge. Brandon Marsh stays hot. I'm going to point this out. I'm going to do a little Brandon Marsh love. How many people here wanted to drive Brandon Marsh to the airport? I was not one of those guys. I thought Brandon Marsh was a decent left fielder. He had some problems, don't get me wrong. But, after halfway through last season, really turned it on and hasn't let go since. He's the best hitter on our team right now. He's batting at 336, ladies and gentlemen. I know he's not hitting 20 home runs, but batting at 336. He's the only guy on the team who's batting above 300 right now. The next guy is Harper at 282. So, all right, Sosa's down 0-2. Called strike, foul ball. Again, I don't like. I know I've said this a lot of times. Well, that's because his Logan O'Hoppe love Star Wars. That's why. He loves him some Logan O'Hoppe. It wasn't the Marsh as much as the trade. You know, if Marsh was a better player all career long with the Phillies, but again, whew, I thought he was going to swing at that one. That was a massive ball, way outside. You know, this is amazing. I hope anybody's watching, coming in, enjoying this with me. Again, I don't usually do live commentation, but the way this has transpired, like I said, for those who are joining us, they were down 0-6. Aranola, the bed, big time. Two-run jacks from Kyle Schwarber and one sac fly had made it and gave him 5 runs, but they still let up a couple more runs. It was 8-5. We were about 3 inches away from a Bryce Harper grand slam where they would have been this would have been over this game. This game would have been over. They've been 10-8. Maybe they can still do that, you know, just with some extra innings. This is big. I mean, this isn't just a big comeback win or anything like that. Ooh, all right, Bryson Stott. Woo! Ooh, oh. All right, Brandon Marsh put on those brakes. I thought he was going to score. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was going to score there. Now, listen, the sac fly comes in huge right now. It gives you a 2-run lead, gives you a little bit of wiggle room, because that way they can't like just 2 sac flies and get a guy to score and tie the game back up. So you really need to score Brandon Marsh here. You need that 2-run cushion here. Start with a big hit. Absolutely, Star Wars. Hey, maybe you guys are enjoying me doing this. Let me know how you feel about it. Maybe it only works with fun games or games that, you know, have the dramatic fireworks that this has. Right now, we got Marchand up. As we all know, Marchand is not hitting well. He is he's batting at 074 right now, and it shows the way he just swung at that ball. He does have 1 home run this game and this season with 2 RBIs, but other than that, it's been kind of crappy from an offensive standpoint. Bryson Stott gets up to second on the defensive indifference. There we go. They let him take that one. That's good. Hey, man, that means if Marchand well-placed single, really, you know, 11-8 makes a huge difference. And again, this win, when you're up cruising, here we go. There we go. 11-8, baby. Bring it home. Bring it home. Sorry for screaming. Bring it home. Brandon Marsh, 11-8. Marchand batting in 074, said, screw you, Al. And my 074 right now. There you are. 11-8 Phillies and extras over the Pittsburgh, being down 6-0 at one point in this game. Wow. Just clutch hitting all around. Almost clutch grand slam to tie the game. A little botch running for a Schwarber, which kind of gets negated by all the fireworks here in the 10th inning so far. Yeah, Santana is rattled. This is probably his game to have because you're down 3 runs now, top of the 10th. You really, you know, with no outs, you really don't want to burn through anybody else in your bullpen. We don't want to call it that, Star Wars, but damn sure feels like one, right? Damn sure. Let's not count on chickens yet, you know. It's never easy when it comes to closing these things out. But absolutely, Marshawn, first hit since April 25th. Wow, first hit since April 25th. Big play, big time, coming up clutch from the guys coming off the bench. Guys not really kind of struggling still into the season. Um, just here comes Crawford. Not Crawford. Yeah, Crawford. What am I saying? Nothing special, Crawford. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Had himself an okay night. Still batting at 270. Let me just put this in perspective. That bases clearing single, those 2 RBIs gave Rafael Marchand almost 20 points bump there. There we go. Crawford, baby. Crawford. Marchand safe. They called him safe. And they can't challenge it because they wasted their challenges. That's where I'm mad about this loss as a manager. If I'm the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm gonna say if it's a loss, I'm mad about that last challenge because that was a ridiculous challenge. That ball was way out of the strike zone, and he challenged it because he was pissy. He was being a little pissy bitch. Now he cost that twice. That could have helped this team not to lose this game. Marchand, I'm trying to see. They might have got lucky on this one. I'm trying to see if he got his arm in him. Just slow this down. Here we go. Slowing it down. Woo! That is a close call. Because he kind of came off on the outside corner. Kind of leaning towards third base. Are they doing a pitching change? Yeah. Wow. I'm really surprised. I am absolutely surprised. Maybe Dave will pop in here, maybe because the post game has not happened yet. But all right, let's pitching change. Videos is coming in for Santana. Guys on first and third. And by the way, there's no outs. Let's just throw that out there. There is no outs right now, first and third. And Adolis Garcia, who worked himself out a walk against Soto struggling. Comes up again when I probably didn't think he was going to be honest with you. When most of us probably thought that was it. He had the night off. I don't know if it was for a rest night to help him get things straight. But it is what it is. And if you see me turning around, I'm about to punch my son in the nose. Yes, I am. For what he's pulling. You can hear it first. No outs. Absolutely. No outs. Everybody's getting a chance here. Garcia's coming out for the second time of the night. All that fun stuff. Hold on 1 second, ladies and gentlemen, here. Sorry. I have my son go check on something upstairs. Duran. Oh, well, he'll probably coming in, Duran, I'd imagine. Unless they tack on here. Because right now there's a lot of other outside. I don't want to say outside. Let's play that. All right. And Crawford stole. Took second. All right. Another well-placed single again. This could be a 13-8 game. What a turnaround. If that happens. Trustin Crawford uses that speed, takes second, takes the double play out. That's huge. So Garcia just put something in the outfield and add another, tack on another one, make it 12-8. Oh, he don't want to throw him at all. That was way almost over his head. That is absolutely. I mean, I don't know. They might bring somebody else in. If you tack on another one, it's not a save opportunity anymore. It's not a save opportunity anymore. Garcia, make him throw you strikes. It's 2-2 right now. 2-2 on Garcia. Make him throw you a strike. Stop trying to. I mean, I know you're trying to loft one. You're trying to get one into the outfield. Maybe get a just driving a run, whatever you have to do. And he strikes out. Come on, guys. Got to be smart here. Got to be smart. There's a no-hitter going in through 7 right now. We got Houston and the Rangers. I don't mind talking about it because it ain't the Phillies. I don't like saying those words when it's the Phillies involved. All right, we're back to the top of the lineup. Here comes Trey Turner, who, like I said, didn't have has had a very mediocre game up until this end of this inning, this last late innings, 9th inning. He's already hitting again. That's pretty amazing. It's 1 for 5 tonight with 2 runs scored. So, all right, 1-1, 1-1 count, 1-1 count. Listen, just get the ball into the outfield. And I don't think this guy's going to give you anything to hit. I would wait for him to throw me a strike before I swung at one pitch, unless something was just a butte down the middle. Like you just, a frozen rope type situation. No movement on it. You just take that one. All right, another foul ball here. 1-2 count to Turner. I mean, I understand three's a good lead. I just want to see take advantage of this one, guy on third. Score another one. Just really take the wind out because what a setting for the series this is. Pirates are a good team right now. They're up 4 games over 500. They have a really good starting rotation. They have one of the least. They give up the least amount of home runs from a starting rotation standpoint. Ooh, that was a hard ball to call off on. Woo! I give Turner a lot of credit, but absolutely, you got to take advantage of these, and you could really, really set the tone of the whole series with a win being down 0-6. We'll look at the rest of the night tonight. Phillies win tonight, come back from this. If Boston can they're in extras right now for those who are paying attention. Boston in Atlanta is in extras 2-2 right now, tied 2-2. Losing a series to us and going and taking game 1 of the series against the Braves. It's a win-win in the Phillies cap right there, brother. That means they go down a notch and we go up a notch, and that's all we want. Mets are down 1-4 to the Yankees, bottom of the 8th. Trey's caught out on strikes, and it was challenged, and it was a strike. It was an absolute strike. Philly strike out. Not taking advantage of this. Washington is up 1 today, 3-2. I mean, I'll go over this more. I'm just looking at the division right now. And Miami did lose, so that is a plus. That is a plus. So if everybody else can lose, that would be great for us. As we claw our way back to at least above 500 and claw our way back. This is the kind of games I think we were talking earlier. And Bruce, if you're still there, you questioned and asked me and said, do I, Don Mattingly, and I agree with you. Don Mattingly has definitely made a big difference in this team for whatever it was. Kyle Schwarber is up, by the way. If he puts another home run in this, I might shit my pants. I'm just going to call it for what it is. But I know I said it's a small sample size, but these are the kind of things that enlarging the sample size early outside of games, when just W's and L's, to be down 0-6, traveling in Pittsburgh, decent team. You could have rolled up. You could have rolled in the carpet and just kind of sold the game off. But the team shows some fight like this. That to me is the biggest telltale sign. Bruce, if you're listening, and anybody else out there in radio land or internet land, just It's been an amazing game so far. I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch. Schwarber's 1 for 2, right, 1 and 2 right now. He lines out sharply to center field to O'Neill Cruz. A little more to the left would have been good for us, but O'Neill's tall, lanky, and fast. So that was a play that maybe not all center fields make, but he does. That was big. Hey, 3 runs. Um, Alvarado pitched a gem to keep that 9th inning tied. Now is it Duran? I'm gonna guess it's Duran. You want to like you can't come back and lose these games. You can't be down 0-6, come back and tied 8-8, come back and go up 3-11-8, and then allow them to come back. Like that's a bigger crush than just being down 0-6 and the game being away from you from the get. In my eyes, that's just in my eyes. Woo! This is a long night. We're 2 hours in. This not so fight. This fighting's not so final just yet. Has started early and gone late. Kirkering is coming in. Giving it to Kirkering. Okay. Okay. If they just come back and win, I don't even know about the score itself, but if they win this, it's a big elephant. It's a big read on this team that we thought was just dead in the water. So Ahern is at second base. Ozuna is batting, as we just mentioned. And Orion Kirkering is pitching. I've liked what I've seen, especially as of lately from Orion Kirkering. Definitely the Orion Kirkering we've seen in the past. He's a 2.35 ERA. His opposing opponents have a 2.11 against him right now. He was a little shaky more in the beginning, but as of lately, this has been really good. So listen, right now, people are worried. I see Star Wars. You just put this up. Don't blow this, of course. Absolutely, stay off your knees. Don't all that fun stuff. But at least right now, the worst you can do is get within 1 run from a swing from Ozuna. So, that's why listen, it's all nervous when it comes down to Star Wars. It's all nerves at this point. You just got to go in there and stop worrying about Ozuna and just pitch him. Bryce, yeah, I mean that's going to be a big question tonight. I mean, he was an inch away from this game being over and not extras. And not extras. So Bryce is definitely showing. He's been hitting well. He's hitting in all parts of the game, even when the rest of the team isn't. 2-2 count, sweeper, 87-mile-per-hour sweeper. Man, 95-mile-per-hour strike, sweeper, all between 86 and 88. His fastball it's got movement, it's got velocity. That was a 7.3-mile-per-hour fastball right there. Wow. Like I said, Kirkering doesn't seem. Listen, Ozuna's a good hitter. I mean, he can be. He also can be very. He can also be very down. I mean, they got him for 1 year. They even talked about at the beginning. They were trying to hit Kyle Schwarber up this year. They were in the mix for the Schwarber lottery. I guess once Schwarber doesn't, they go pick up Ozuna. He's only on a 1 year contract, I believe, and they walk Ozuna. There we go. Now, my nerves are really racked because the tying run comes to the plate in the form of Horowitz, who's had a decent night tonight. 2 for 4 tonight. 1 run scored and a strikeout. Oh, actually, no. Did he stay in? Didn't they substitute for him? Somebody else moved to first. Oh, Hearn moved to first, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. They're substituting a pitch hitter here. Nick Gonzalez is coming in, who Cook was in pitch hit for Horowitz. Cook came and pitch hit for him, or pitch ran, I should say, pitch running for him. And now Nick Gonzalez is pitch hitting at this point, batting at 315. 19 RBIs on the season, 7.43 OPS. Ruckus night in PNC Park here. Pittsburgh's alive tonight. Hopefully, Phillies can quiet them down. Blew one right past them. There we go. One out. Great defensive play by Bohm. That ball took him away from third base. Alec Bohm was able to get up, stretch it out, and get it. Both runners now, second and third though, with only one out. So you got to really keep this in front of you, Kirkring. Gonzalez did what he was supposed to do in this case. He was supposed to get the players moved. You know, do you take a sack bunt in this, or a sack bunt, sack fly in this case? I mean, I kind of do. It's an out, and there's only one run. Then you only have to worry about the pitcher in front of you at that point. Well, outside of any wild pitches or anything, but you get what I mean. Oh, geez. Here we go. One run scores. Two outs. Connor Griffin grounds out to third base, but Ryan O'Hearn scores, and Ozuna moved to third here. So 2 outs, up by 2. Another sweeper. He's relying on that sweeper a lot tonight. It's got movement. Comes in, goes out, comes back in. That's what you want to see. It's kind of registering between 85 and 88 right now. 1-1. Got to just worry about the guy in front of you at this moment. Rodriguez right now is 0 for 3 tonight with 1 run scored and a walk and a strikeout. There you go. 1-2. 1-2. Second, last strike, down to the last strike. Another sweeper. He's really relying on that sweeper right now. Really relying on that sweeper right now. Fourth pitch comes in at a 97 mile per hour fastball. Makes it 2-2. Foul ball off the sweeper, 88 miles per hour. 2-2 still. Rodriguez fought that one off. Let me get ready. Once that lasts out, you're going to hear the music, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited right now. I thought this was going to be a little of a funeral march. Here we go. Kirkering, here we go. All right, in the dirt. Full count. Full count. Go on, Kirkering. Don't make me look like a liar. Struck him out. Struck him out. Struck him out. And you know what that means? Let's get it rolling. Phillies win, yes, baby, in extras. Not only were they down 0-6, this box score tells it all. This is one of those ones when you can look at the box score and go, really, that all went down? Like, this is the kind of thing that builds me a confidence in this team moving forward. These are the kind of wins. Your big boys, Bryce Harper, Kyle Schwarber, players of the game. Right there, in my eyes, players of the game, and rightfully so. And they should be. The elite conversation was $150 million for an older guy in Kyle Schwarber question. Absolutely. 2 home runs tonight. He puts himself at 20 jacks on the season on May 15th. Let's put that into perspective right there, ladies and gentlemen. Now, things might balance itself out at one point, but right now, they are giving you a reason to be excited about this team. This team was down 9-19 under Rob Thompson. This team was down, and a lot of us felt like out. I'm telling you, I was about to give in my resignation. I don't think I was going to be able to go through an entire baseball season and have to talk about it night in and night out. This team is finding ways to win, and they did it tonight. And then they did it on the back of the home run a little bit. But they also did it, and they fought. And let me put this in perspective again for those who are joining me. The Phillies winning in extras 11-9. At one point in this game, they were down 6-0. And like I said, just take a nice look at the box score and see what I'm talking about. First inning, nothing. Second inning, nothing for both teams. 6-run third inning. Aaron Nola implodes. We're going to talk about that more. Don't want to hide that behind a great comeback win. Phillies get a sack, make it 1-6. Then a 2-run jack from from Schwarber makes it 3-6. But the Pirates had another one. It's now 7-3, 8-3. And here's Kyle Schwarber again, makes it 8-5. But the 9th inning, Bryce Harper inches away from a grand salami, ending it in regular in 9 innings. And that wasn't enough in the 10th inning. We'll get into that. We'll break down the scoring as well. We all just watched together. I know I kept saying it's nothing I like to do, but tonight I was enjoying it. I can be honest with you. If I was annoying to you, I apologize. But wow, what a win to join together. I wish you guys would. This has been night. It was almost like we're all in my basement watching together, enjoying it, having some beers, barbecuing some food, having a good time. Unfortunately, couldn't do it that way. But this was the next best thing. So I enjoyed myself tonight. I want to thank you guys for being here with me. But we got a lot to talk about. So let's walk through this right now. Let's hit a couple of these comments. Star Wars, hell yeah, what a game. Great comeback win, Rob. Absolutely. That builds character and sets the tone for the rest of the week. For all intents and purposes, by the end of this series, they can be either down or they can be 1 game away, or technically 2 games away if they lose both next games. But 1 game up or 1 game below 500. So love it, Elephant. Absolutely. Kind of games that juice you up, that make the, what felt like it was going to be a slow, arduous Friday night into something. Bruce freaking was awesome. I feel if Topper was the manager, he would quit, not even want to try to come back. Yeah, he might have rolled up the towels on that. He might have rolled up the red carpet on that one. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Al, I love the Phillies as my number 1 team, and then the Eagles. Is the word home run allowed on this show? Yeah, right? I feel like it sometimes. 1 game under 500, absolutely. The Phillies are now sitting at 22-23. Pirates at 24-21. 11-9 victory after being down 6-0. Let's look at this. Trey Turner was kind of quiet for the most part of the night until the later in the evening. He's 1 for 6 tonight with 2 runs scored and 2 strikeouts. Schwarber, big night tonight, 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs. That's right. 5 of those 11 runs came from Kyle Schwarber alone with 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Bryce Harper right behind him, 4 for 5 tonight with 1 run scored, 2 ribbies. And that little base running blunder could have been more for him, but whatever. Boom, 1 for 5 tonight. Well timed 1 for 5 with 1 run scored. Actually, he's getting close to that 200, that Mendoza line right there. Marsh continues to do Brandon Marsh type stuff right now. I mean, you gotta love what you gotta love here. These W's are making me completely angry with Topper. Yeah, I mean, that's something we should talk about. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit towards the end of the show here. Because I agree with you, Nooms. Like, at one point, you had to start wondering, what was Topper doing? Was that team trying to say, listen, we're not playing for this man? They may have been the best throw I've ever seen from Bohm. Yeah, absolutely. It was a fight, dude. It was an absolute. They earned the nickname the Fightins tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Bryson Stott was 1 for 4 with a run scored and 1 RBI. Big night for him as well. Sosa was 0 for 4 tonight with 1 run scored, 2 strikeouts. Marshawn moved from 0.74 to 0.91 ERA or average. But when he was needed, he was 1 for 1 tonight with 2 RBIs, huge 2 RBIs. Crawford 2 for 5 tonight. Stubbies was 0 for tonight, but 1 run scored and a strikeout. Garcia walked when was needed. 0 for 1 tonight. 1 run scored, walk and a strikeout. And 42 at bats. 11 runs scored off 14 hits, 11 RBIs, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. I think Cassie fell on the sword for the team last year. I think Cassie set the table. I wonder, a little tin hatty for a moment, was it Castellanos and how that was handled that really got him out of favor with Rob Thompson and brought in Don Mattingly as a breaking case of emergency person? Think about that for a second. When it comes to Topper, trouble calls out. Yeah, right. Pitching though, a little bit of different story tonight. We had to go through a lot of guys tonight. You had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pitchers tonight. Now with extras and all that's understandable, but part of it was Aaron Nola sucked tonight. Aaron Nola needs to thank the team and then stop sucking because we still have 4 years after this year of $24.5 million of Aaron Nola left. No bueno. He's untradeable. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Schwarber is just playing well above what we could ever imagine. He went 3 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs, I should say, 3 walks, only 2 strikeouts, but he let up 2 home runs, and that was both by Lowe on the second baseman of the Pirates there. Mesa came in for 1 1/3 inning, let up 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned, of course. 2 strikeouts and a home run. Bowen came in 1 inning, let up 2 hits, 1 run, and 2 strikeouts. Shugart, 2 innings, went 1 hit and 1 strikeout. Alvarado came in, let up a hit, but got 3 strikeouts in the total. And Kerkering, 1 inning, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and won the game. In 10 innings, that's 11 hits allowed, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, 4 walks, 11 Ks, but 3 home runs. The fact that you gave up 3 home runs in a game, 4 walks, and still won, bit of a testament to the team. Tiny bit, just a bit. So, like I said, players of the game got to be Kyle Schwarber, 3 for 5, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, 39th career multi-home run game, 20 home runs on the season. Bryce Harper, 4 for 5 tonight, just playing elite-type baseball, might I add. 4 for 5 tonight, 2-run double, 13th career game with 4+ hits, and inches away from a grand slam that would have ended this game in 9. Just let's keep throwing it out there. Nola's basically unpitchable. Getting there. He's absolutely getting there. Absolutely getting there. I mean, but watch what happens. I'll tell you right now. His next start, I'm going to call it now. He will pitch well. Maybe give him a couple runs, but he'll go 6 innings. Because this is what he does. He's so up and down. So up and down. Ozuna is shit this year and clubbed Nola. Yeah, I mean, Ozuna is a roller coaster ride, but he knows how to play against the Phillies. So that was some small ball and long ball. Yeah, it was a bit of a mixture, especially towards the end there, but wasn't in the beginning. It just kind of seemed like he was notching up some useless home runs at that point. I thought for sure they lost this game. You and me both, Adam. I'll be honest with you. I started a little earlier. I'm like, all right, this game. I'll talk through it. We did a lot of breakdown of the Eagles and the NFL schedules, and talked a little Flyers for a moment. Talked about Aaron Nola's crap. Yeah, see, that's what Adam. I wouldn't put it past them. But they fought back. They earned the moniker fighting. They earned it. And they were 5 for 13 tonight with runners in scoring position. A lot better than they're used to being. I mean, I'm sure we like better. Believe it or not, Pirates were 1 for 11 tonight with runners in scoring position. There's a big difference there. Turner had a stolen base, 6 of the season. Stott had his 9th of the season. Crawford had his 5th of the season. That's the other thing. Move the base paths. I just thought something Topper got away from. Manufacture runs, move around the base paths. That's what you have to do. Aaron Nola was pitching kind of started to sink the game. The hitting was kind of quiet, and we're going to walk through this. Let's kind of walk through the scoring here. Bottom of the third, O'Neill Cruz singles. Andy Rodriguez scores. And Connor Griffin scores, making it 2-0. Home run from Brandon Lowe, 11th of the season. Scores 2. O'Neill and him score. That's 2 more runs. That's 4-0. Marcelo Zuna gets a home run. It's a 2-run jack. Him and Brian Reynolds scored 6-0. And by the end of the third, this game felt like a long 6 more innings were coming for us. You're not wrong since he signed that contract. Top of the fourth, Bryson Stott sacrifice fly makes it 1. Phillies 6 still. Pirates. Stay that way. It's like, maybe they'll chip away. But Kyle Schwarber did what he was supposed to do. 2-run blast, scores him and Garrett Stubbs. Cuts the lead in half. It's 6-3 Pirates still. But when things started looking positive, Brandon Lowe comes in for his second home run of the game. Solo jack to left field. I'm sorry, right center field. It was this for this one. 7-3 Pirates. Taking away one of those runs we just scored. Bottom of the 6th. Jared Trillo reaches on a fielding error. Spencer Horowitz scores. 8-3. Errors were kind of costly tonight a little bit. At least it almost was. Because that's something that they kind of started to clean up. Tonight could have been better. Stubby's had a throwing error. Bohm had a fielding error. But, because for a while they were having more errors than they had wins in a game. And then, top of the 7th. It's 8-3. Kyle Schwarber says, 1 2-run jack's not enough. Let's make it double jacks. 8-5, Phillies down 3 still. Top of the 7th. The 8th went real quiet. Our old friend Gregory Soto comes in the pitch. He challenged the pitch result. It was way outside. I would have been pissed. Soto would be getting reamed out right now if I'm the skip of the Pirates right now. He cost them because there was another questionable call at third base. It could have been the difference of the win-loss of this game. He cost them that game in 2 different ways. I would have been pissed. He would have been DFA'd right there. Pink slips and all. But he ends up walking Schwarber, walking in a run. Mundo Sosa scores. It's now 8-6. Pirates still up top of the 9th. Bryce Harper. Inches away. Off the top. It looks like the naked eye. This might be a grand slam. They did challenge it. Scores 2 runs. Schwarber tries to stretch it. Botches the run, gets out at third. When if he just stayed there, they could have probably went up and ended this game. But that was 2-3 more inches. It's a grand slam. Phillies are up 10-8, but they're not. It's 8-8. Bryce Harper comes in the clutch and acts elite. That's all we ever want from him. And that would end it. Extras we go. Alvarado comes in, does his job, takes it to extras. Brandon Marsh. The Brandon Marsh everybody else wants to drive to the airport. Putting us all to shame right now. Making everybody go, maybe even a certain Matty B go, Logan O'Hoppe who? Doubles off the scoreboard. Scores Alec Boehm. 9-8. Phillies take the lead. No outs. Rafael Marchand, batting 0-7-4. Singles on a line drive to center field. Brandon Marsh scores. Bryson Stott scores. 11-8. 3 runs. They had opportunities. They could have probably won 12, maybe 13. I said it would be funny if they won by 6 tonight after being down 6-0. Connor Griffin grounds out, but scores from third base. Ryan O'Hearn. Marcelo Ozuna moves to third. Kirkring's able to end it 11-9. Phillies take the victory. That is your scoring summary. That is your box score. Alvarado gets the W tonight. Santana takes the L tonight. Kirkring gets a save on the night. Kyle Schwarber is the first player in Major League Baseball to reach 20 home runs this season. He also becomes the 8th player in MLB history to hit 20 home runs in the first 45 games. Has 9 home runs in his last what? Last 9 games? Yeah, he does. He had one game where he didn't have any home runs. The other games he had at least one. Schwarber, as of right this moment, is absolutely earning his money, Rob. Doing what he's supposed to do. But not in the 4-hole. I'm just going to keep pointing that out. Not in the 4-hole, but whatever. Yeah, a lot. Logan O'Hoppe maybe stinks right now. I couldn't even tell you what he's doing right now. Not that I've really checked in much on Logan O'Hoppe outside when I'm trying to argue with Matty B. But what has Logan O'Hoppe done? I mean, granted, he's with the Angels and whatever else, but he isn't really setting the world on fire. And if he was here with the Phillies, he might not be doing much better than Marchand or Stubbs. We don't know that. Just pointing that out. So, O'Hoppe, Brandon Marsh is our guy. Right now, it looks like we're winning that trade. Personally, just the way it is. Let's do a little backwards here. Let's take a quick trip around the bases and we'll bottom line this out. Rangers are still going. Rangers in Houston's up 2-0, top of the 9th over the Rangers. Their right-handed pitcher Spencer Argetti, I don't know how Argetti. No hit bid ends on a 1-out single in the 8th. So that no hitter is over. Right now, bottom of the 8th, Chicago's up 10-4 over the White Sox. Bottom of the 8th, KC and the Cardinals. Sounds like an old school band. KC and the Cardinals are knotted up at 3. Arizona is up 7-1 over Colorado in the 7th. Mid-4th right now, San Diego's up 1-0 over Seattle. Bottom of the 3rd, Angels and Dodgers both no score in that game right now. Bottom of the 3rd, Athletics are up 1-0 over San Fran. And as you know, the Phillies just went final 11-9 in extras with an amazing comeback victory. Washington won 3-2 over Baltimore. They're 22-23, just as much as we are. Detroit beat Toronto 3-2. Cincinnati beat Cleveland 7-6. Miami lost to Tampa Bay. That's a big one for us. Keeps them behind 7-2. Milwaukee won 3-2 over Minnesota. And Atlanta did dig it out in extras to make it 3-2 win over Boston, putting them at 31-14. Yes, that's going to be a hard road to conquer. Yeah, Stubby's got hit twice tonight. Yeah, doing what he had to do. Doing his best Chase Utley impression. And the Mets lost to the Yankees 5-2. So Mets lost, whatever. 18 or 18-26 right now. We're going to look a little in real quick into the standings, just because of the question that was brought to my attention earlier. And again, I usually don't look at this, but when you're digging out of a hole, you got to kind of like measure some things up. Um, and when I'm looking at it, it's just all around the National League. Like I said, except for our division, except for the Braves, everybody else is below 500. Right now, us and the Nationals are tied. We're technically in second place because of the tiebreakers. We're 7-3 in our last 10. Braves are 6-4. They almost went 5-5. That would have been nice. That would have been huge for us. Nationals are 6-4. Marlins are 4-6, and the Mets are 6-4. But we got to keep our eye on it because even the worst in the division right now of the Central, Pirates and Reds are knotted up at 24-21. So wild card becomes important because we got to keep playing. We're not just digging out a hole to chase the Braves. Yo, Mikey P, what's going on, brother? Their bullpen was not good. No. Bottom line, will Bohm, Stott, Marsh, Crawford give up lineup length in September and October? Will Bohm, Stott, Marsh, Crawford give this lineup length? That's a $1 million question right there, Noomsies. Really $1 million question. But what I'm looking at here is, we talked about wild card spots. Um, the West is pretty just the Dodgers and the Padres right now for the most part. Everybody else is kind of falling flat on their face. So we need to keep digging holes. Now, I'm not chasing the Braves. I'm chasing the other teams that are closer to 500 teams so we can possibly get out of this because that's the only way you can do it right now. That's the only way you can do it. And that's why I wanted to look at that. Real quick, let's get to the bottom line of this all. Bottom line, baby. Broad Street Bottom Line brought to you by the great people of the It's Rap Sports Network. That's right. A lot of things coming up. Put a W next to my name right there. You got Mikey Lar tomorrow. And then, of course, Matty B Sundays down on the farm. He's got the game of the series. Zach Wheeler, Paul Skeens. Everybody's going to be tuning in. What time is that game at? Is that a 1 o'clock game? Hold on, let me check something. Because I would love if it's not, just because of the way things play. Yeah, it's a 1:35 game. Tomorrow's a 4:05 game for those who are wondering. Mike Laro's on the call for that one. Matty B's final word is back a lot more lately because the Flyers are out, of course. So tomorrow, we got the best of, as well as the Phillies Pirates with Mike. Then Monday morning, I'm back with my boy Mikey Laro, Philly AM Sports. That's right. And you got double Matty B on there. You got the post game with the Pirates Phillies series and the series, and the final word at 10 p.m. So if you don't get enough Matty B now, sure as shit will. But big win tonight. Bottom line, Broad Street. Bottom line is, please don't get me started on the Braves. What am I going to get you started on? Like, what am I getting you started on the Braves? What do you mean? Most insane game of 2026. Yeah. This is the kind of games I was asked earlier. It was a great question by Bruce Harper. Great question. And he said, do you he believes more in Don Mattingly than Topper? Obviously, right now, small sample size. Who doesn't, right? And that's what I said to him. I'm like, small sample size, but yeah, right now he's showing us why. And another thing somebody said, I don't know if he was him or somebody else, like Topper would have rolled, just kind of turtled up and took his L and try to fight another day. But I'm not trying to chase the Braves. I'm trying to chase the wins. And the fact that you're down 6-0, right, in this game, and you had every reason to give up. Your pitching wasn't really spectacular, especially in the first, your starting pitcher. You had to tax the bullpen a little bit. Both teams did, so that's a little plus in our feather in our cap. Offense is going to come out big today, and hopefully give your next two pitchers some runway, so we can keep things even keeled. What more can you want than double Matty Polish power check? Oh yeah, what everybody wants in their life, right? But they earned the moniker right here. What's the name of the title here? Title of this show. Fightins. They earned that moniker tonight. This team looked like we almost were going to change the night to the Phillies final or the Philadelphia baseball final because that's what it looked like. And they earned the moniker back because we didn't have respect for this team not too long ago. This team looked dead in the water, lifeless, like Tomper did. And I feel like the Phillies were a little ready for this, but not as quickly as this collapse occurred. I like some of the small moves Magnaly has done. It's kind of stuff we've all talked about. I still would love to see Carl Schwarber in that portal, but whatever. At this point, whatever. It worked out tonight. Even though two-run jacks, he made a blunder at third base. That could have been the difference between winning and losing this game, but these are the kind of games that build teams up. This is the kind of games that when you're in the basement 9-19 with the payroll that we have, with the star-laden team that we have, and we could look like we couldn't beat a junior high school team. This is the kind of games that make you go. The simple question people ask about the Phillies, are they back? And I can't still say yes or no, but these are kind of games that make you feel like maybe this team is back. Now, are they a World Series team? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But they're making the right moves. If he makes WIP, Matty becomes the Polish hammer. Jesus. Was this just baseball or was it Tomper? I think it was Tomper. I mean, at this point, I think we have enough of a sample size to say it was Tomper. I mean, batters don't just start hitting because John Mattingly had a key that he was holding on to. This was a large penis game, yes. You strut down the street, cock of the walk, right, Nooms? Cock of the walk. This is the kind of stuff you go, if they were home, they would go sleep in their beds. They tell their wives, put the kids to bed. Daddy's ready to roll, if you know what I mean. That's right. It was definitely a topper situation. Absolutely, Rob. Abso-friggin-lutely. But this game had a lot of ramifications for it. They were 5-5 on the last 10 series. Lost 5, won 5. We all know winning that first game of the series is huge. But this is really a tone setter for the rest of the series. You were up 6-0. You were cruising. You only allowed our starting pitcher go 3 2/3 of an inning. This was like, let the other guys play, bring the big boppers in. Big boppers didn't. Mattingly said, no, you're going to play through this. You shit in the bed, you're going to lie in it. Clean the shit up and move it along. Let's see if you can come out of here smelling like roses. And they did. Tonight, at least tonight, Harper was elite. Harper was clutch. Kyle Schwarber was earning every bit of the contract. What more can we ask for from this Phillies team? Is even when somebody here, Nooms is saying this was one of those 2023 comebacks. This was one game, just one game. Remind me a lot of the 2008, 9, 10, even a little bit of the 11 Phillies, where even if they're down 7 or 8 runs, the game was never over. And I know it's the Pirates. But the Pirates are a much better team this year. They are 4 games above 500 going into this game. They have one of the best starting rotations in baseball right now. They gave up the least amount of home runs. Kyle got 2 of them tonight. Happy they didn't let 2 losses accumulate. I think Wheeler being here takes pressure off absolutely, and gives you a reason for this crazy matchup that with him and Paul Skeens. Our bullpen is not good, but they do not give away a lot of runs. They aren't they don't they're not like shut down. There's a lot of nerve-wracking moments with them, but they somehow keep most of the time keep the game in front of them. I mean, they did give up, but they had to go long. I mean, Nola only went 3 2/3 of an inning, so they gave up 2 more runs on top of his 6. Seems like the Pirates always start hot the last 4. Yeah, always said like let's talk about the Pirates. Usually by May they're starting to come down to earth. But I mean they did go out and get some veteran players, make some moves. They got the young guy with the Connor come up. Like I think the Pirates might be a little bit a better team, but the Central's a good division. Like I said, every team's above 500. Pirates and the Reds are tied at 24 and 21 at 533 percentage. The Cardinals are 25 and 18. Another team being quietly sneaky there. And the Brewers are 25 and 17, so they only played one less game, so they have a slightly higher winning percentage. They're 2 games out of first place against the Cubbies, who are 28 and 16. So, that's important from us from a wild card standpoint. We got to hope that the Pirates and the Reds and the Cardinals start to kind of fall off a little bit. That's kind of the important thing when it comes to the standings from us. Harper should have had that grand slam. I mean, dude, that's the kind of one like even though you win tonight and you're super excited, Harper, the kind of competitor he is, he probably wakes up in the morning drinking his coffee 2 more freaking inches. And as all us men know, every inch counts. You know what I mean? Not to be dirty and jokingly, but it's kind of it's funny, whatever. But like he's the kind of guy chewing on his coffee in the morning. God damn it, that shit is right there. It's for the taking. God damn it, like grand slam. Because talk about imagine how crazy we'd be right now. I mean, first part we wouldn't have to go to extras. This would have been way over by now. But also, grand slam, not be down 6-0 to go win 10-8 off one swing in a clutch moment. And that's all we ask for Bryce Harper's clutchness, and the elite play, and he's doing it. I mean, he's taking this and he's taking it and he's running with it. So God bless him. God bless you guys for those who have stuck around with me for 2 hours and 45 minutes. God bless you. God bless you for making this fun. God bless you for listening to me call the last 3 innings of this game. Or 2. Yeah, no, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Last 3 innings of this game. I know I usually don't like doing that. I think I had fun. I had fun doing it because of how exciting it was and how it ended. If this didn't end that way, maybe I would have been a little bit annoyed with myself. So I don't know if do it often, but that was fun. I don't know if you guys had fun. If you don't like it, just message me later and say, "Oh, don't ever do that again." Just let the game play out, and then talk about it after the fact. But on that, guys, thank you for joining me. I have a football camp to run tomorrow. Very excited about that. Clifton Rams, we get our registrations open, football camp. Young guys, get my senior guys going. Very excited. I will see you guys all Sunday morning. That's right, big back with me and Matt. Philly AM. That's right. There we go. And I am out of here.